but Riven, why don't you give us a quick recap of last game?
So, you opened up the chests, all of them. Found out what was inside. Gave the potions to Erdal in exchange for his Earl. After identifying the two wands and the scrolls. While Scurry was disagreeing, we agreed to leave the golem and the last treasure chest and go and face a wyvern. Got all the way up there, started fighting it, and then it turned out there was two. So we managed to kill Zach. Managed to do the killing blow to the last one, to one. But unfortunately, as she killed that one, its partner got very pissed off and is about to kill her. In a
Uh,
nutshell.
and do you think you could post that to the journal area?
Which one's that? Is that on the
Yeah,
Discord?
so in the Discord, there's like the channels. One of them is journal.
Yeah, I'll write that up. Yeah, okay, I'll write that up and do that.
I think there's still Scurry and Tal. I have placeholders from you. Do you think you'll be able to get that journal posted this week?
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
All right. And Mia, do you think you could scribe today?
I could scribe.
Yeah. So keep a like a journal of what happened. Basically, a
Oh yeah, I can do
summary.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'm down.
Yeah, so you can either, some people like to do it as like their character is experiencing it, like write it up. Some people just do bullet points, really, whatever you want to
Okay.
do.
Okay.
All right, so I'll have Mia down as scribe, and we are at the 10th of autumn, 1 p.m., in the middle of a battle. Scurry was badly wounded by the poison, so he kind of fell back, and the rest of the group was fighting the wyvern. Alright, so I think it was Riven's turn. What
I
do you
went
want?
down 3 times.
No, you went down one time with.
You were dead.
It was yeah. You got you took like a crit with the poison, so you got instead of just dying, I just had you take some extra exhaustion because I felt it was unfair for you to get killed while you weren't here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you got hit for.
It was a bit sus.
Yeah.
49, which is more than one standard deviation above average.
Yeah, it was a critical hit with the poison, which was the nasty part of it. So Riven, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna guiding bolt the wyvern.
Alright, so it looks like the wyvern is going for his equine. You fire a guiding bolt, but 7 is not enough, and it would streak past the creature.
Then I'm just gonna hide in the trees.
Sorry, what did you say?
Then I'm just gonna hide in the trees.
Alright, so you duck behind the tree, taking cover, I assume, because you can't stealth.
Yeah.
Alright, so Scurry, what do you want to do?
I don't know what the exhaustion levels do.
So you are currently at disadvantage to skill checks, half speed, and disadvantage to attack rolls with the 3 levels.
Interesting. Okay, I guess I'll just shoot him with my short bow.
Alright, so you take a shot with the short bow. Ooh. No, 6 would not be enough and the shot would fly over. Anything else?
No.
Alright, Zaquine, what do you want to do?
not die,
The creature
preferably.
does look like it's about to attack you.
Alrighty. I will take a strike at it with my rapier.
Alright, you lunge forward, attacking it. 20 would strike it. Unfortunately, it's not distracted as far as I know, so you don't have sneak attack.
I do.
Or do you have swashbuckler or something?
Yes.
Alright, so then you would hit it for 9 points of damage. Which doesn't seem to do too much to it. It still looks pretty angry. Doesn't look wounded yet. Anything else?
Alright. I'm going to run the fuck away.
Disengage or just move?
Swashbuckler.
Can you
Brackish
blink that
audacity.
power? Just so I remember exactly what the wording is on that.
Nope, not Brackish audacity. This one.
Alright, Alright, and you do a dash to move over there.
Yep.
Alright, so you slip away Tal. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna move up, engage it, and cast Booming Blade. This one.
Booming mace. Alright, so you rush in swinging at it, but 11 would not be enough. And you just bounce off its armor.
Okay, and as a bonus action, I will move my spiritual weapon closer,
Okay.
and that's it.
Nalo, what do you want to do?
I will cast Vicious Mockery. Let's see
Alright.
here.
So you chant, attempting to attack the creature psychically. It has to make a wisdom save. It could say 21, so it would succeed.
And on my
Resisting
turn.
the effect. Alright, and your turn ends. The wyvern is looking angrily at Zaquine. It's going to take flight, attempting to swoop past. Tal, you would get an Oppie if you want to try to take it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
Probably miss.
14 would actually strike.
Okay.
So you hit it with your booming mace, doing 5 bludgeoning damage. It will stop there, angered by the attack, and turn towards you, doing its multi-attack. So it snaps at you first with its bite. Ooh, 22 versus AC.
That hits.
Alright, so you're bit for 15 piercing. And it then whips its deadly tail around at you, attacking with the stinger. 20 versus AC.
That hits as well.
Alright, I need a con save from you.
And this time I'm gonna use inspiration on it,
Alright, so...
because I know it's dangerous.
Alright,
Okay.
so you make an inspired cons.
Oh my
Ooh,
God.
Oh no.
And I'm dead. Okay.
Well...
Don't forget that you are blessed.
It
that
is
was
with
included, yeah. So... you take 6 piercing and 21 poison damage.
Ooh.
So you are not dead, but you are very much unconscious. It roars angrily and continues flying this way. Re-engaging Zaquine. Riven.
Right, so I am going to. Oh god. Right, so I'll. Sorry, I'll guiding bolt it again.
Alright, so as it comes flying closer. 19 would strike, hitting it square in the chest as it's going for Zaquine.
Also, all the blasters fade.
Oh yeah. So anyone blessed, you are no longer blessed. And you're just at 0 tally, you don't go into negative.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to move there.
Alright, so you rush over that way. Blasted. Oh, yeah, you blasted for 19. You record that. And the next attack on it is at advantage. Scurry. What do you want to do?
I'll try and shoot him again, I guess.
Alright, so you take a shot from behind the brush. 11 would not be enough. It once again bounces off the creature's scaly hide.
I'll
When
just
you get
bonus
advantage
action
though
hit
with
then.
when you get advantage with the he's at it. Sorry.
Yeah, so that he would be at disadvantage, so that would cancel out, but 12 unfortunately still would not be enough.
Sorry.
Alright, and then you do a hide for 9. Zaquine said she stepped away, so I'm gonna jump in and play her for a moment. Because I have the new token.
By the way, Mia is not in the turn order.
Oh, let me get her in there. Mia, so could you roll initiative? And I'll just pop you in this in the order here.
Yeah. Grab it.
Make sure your token is selected, and then yeah.
My token. Oh yeah. Let me grab it.
Okay.
I'm making the mouse is squishy. Yeah.
Oh wait, I should still take my booming blade damage if it moves further away.
Oh yeah, you had the booming blade. Go ahead and
1.
roll that. Alright, so it took 1. I'll put you after Zaquine for now, then I'll reorder it. So Zaquine, it is your turn. What do you want to do? Alright, so you go to stab it. 23 would strike. Doing 17. A solid hit, which wounds the creature. And it looks very mad at you still. Anything else, Zaquine? Oh, did you need to step away? I could put you to the side for now if you need to take a moment. Alright, so I'll say she's going to back away from the creature. She'll go back here, kind of getting behind Mia. Mia, what are you gonna do?
Am I close enough to? Is the quine hurt?
She's not hurt. She's been stabbing and moving a lot. Right now, Tal is very hurt. He's on the ground bleeding. Scurry's hurt, but he's stable. And the wyvern looks like it's about to swoop towards you and Zaquine.
Okay. In that case, with that guy incoming, I will pull. It doesn't look like he's gonna come straight at me. And Zaquine then?
Yeah, so he's following Zaquine. It looks like it's very angry at her, possibly for killing its mate.
Okay, so I will get my my short swords ready. I said that wrong, but you know what I mean. I'll get those ready, and then I will cast what was that called?
Hunter's
Can I
Mark?
do that? Yeah, Hunter's Mark.
Alright, so you use an item interaction to pull out one of your short swords, because you can't pull them both out in the same turn. And go ahead and click on Hunter's Mark to cast it.
Okay.
Alright, so the creature is marked, making it take more damage if it's hit. You still have your action. Do you want to do anything else?
Um, no, I'm gonna just stay there. Well, can I pull the other short sword out then with my action?
Yes,
Get the second
so
one ready.
sure.
So I'll get both of them ready, and hold them up. So hopefully I can get him with both when he comes at us, or when she comes at us.
All right, and you drop your bow, I assume.
Yeah.
All right, so you drop your bow to the ground, draw your two swords. Tal, you are currently dying. I need a death save.
Natural one.
Oh god. Oh no.
All right, you are assaulted by death, getting 2 death save fails, and getting very close to dying. Nalo, what do you want to do?
I will rush over towards Tal, unfortunately.
You gonna take an oppie from this thing?
Yes.
All right, it's going to use its reaction to swipe at you with its tail, and the deadly stinger. 20 versus AC.
That would hit.
All right, I need a con save from you, DC 15.
DC 15. I don't know what a DC 15 means, but
It means if you roll under a 15, you fail.
oh, I see.
All right, so you fail, unfortunately, taking 34 points of damage, 23 poison, 11 piercing.
Yikes. I have 23 hit points. Does that mean I'm dead?
That means you are unconscious.
I see.
So as you try to run, you are struck by the tail, putting you to the ground, which would end your
Sheesh.
turn.
How many points again?
11, 11 piercing, 23 poison.
Okay.
So it's going to fly over this way, coming at Zaquine. And Mia, you never ready to action, but you do have your swords out, so you're ready to attack it next time. Let me see. Actually, let me reorder the turn, because I think the turn got messed up here. Nalo, you would be... So Nalo would have just gone, the Wyvern would go. He's going to fly over this way and attack Zaquine. So he does a bite at her from up in the air. 15 versus AC, I believe, would strike.
That hits.
Alright, are you doing any better? Are you okay to play, or...
I just threw up, so hopefully I'll
Well, you feel a
start
little bit
getting a little
better?
better.
Alright. So it would bite you for 8 piercing. And it's going to try to hit you with that stinger. 14, I think, would that hit?
It'll hit.
Alright, so you are struck by the stinger, and I need a con save. Oh, so you would just miss the con save. DC was 15.
Technically, I hit it because I'm blessed.
I don't know if you're still blessed because Tal went down.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So you would be struck for 14 piercing and 17 poison, which I think would put you down.
Yeah.
Alright, Riven, what are you going to do? 3 of your party have fallen.
Yes.
Not dead, but badly wounded. Tal looks like he's at the edge,
Right.
though.
Okay, fine. I am going to study Dissonant Whispers the Wyvern. That should... No, let's leave you at you and go.
Alright.
Hopefully...
So that is 13 psychic if he fails his wisdom. So let me make the wisdom save. As you whisper dark words laced with psychic attacks.
Go away, go away, go away.
Oh, it would fail. So it takes 13 psychic screeching in terror, and it's going to spend its reaction. Or wait, did it use its? I think it used its reaction already.
No.
Oh no!
Because it just had a turn.
Yeah, why didn't
Right?
it reset that? That's weird. All right, so it's going to fly away, giving Mia an opportunity attack. If you want to take it.
Can I? Is it stinger on its tail?
Yes.
Can I go to slice its stinger off, the end of its tail off?
I mean, you could certainly attack it that way. So go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Okay.
And spend your reaction.
I don't know how to spend my reaction.
Oh, crit. Nice. All right, so give me your short sword damage roll with the dice doubled, and your Colossus Slayer with the dice doubled, and your mark
Hunter's Mark.
with the dice doubled as well.
Okay, so that would be which one?
Well, you click on short sword to roll your short sword damage in the chat.
Yeah.
And I think
right,
that'll
right.
automatically do your
Do
crit.
it. Okay.
All right, so 16 plus 9, 25, plus your hunter's mark. So roll, was it D6?
Hunter's Mark. D6?
So just roll, I think it's D6, right, for hunter's mark?
I think it is. It's either D6 or D8. Let me look. Hunter's Mark is a D6.
All right, so roll 2D6. All right, so you deal a total of 29 points of damage as it attempts to fly away, slashing its tail, cutting off the stinger, and releasing a shower of blood. The creature kind of twitches and slams into the ground, dead.
I cut an artery. And then I just start running my fingers down my face, bathing in the blood.
All right. Well, unfortunately, there are members of the party in danger, so we can't stop initiative yet. Zaquine, I need a death save. As you lay on the ground, your life force ebbing away. All right, 19. So you're okay for now. Scurry, what are you going to do?
Did just message me BRB a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, I'm back now. It's okay. Nothing in which I can do, I don't think.
You have a health potion.
I don't.
You got one last session.
Did I?
I think so, right?
I
He got invisibility.
yeah, I
No,
don't.
wait, we had one thing to give out and we said we give it to him because he can reach anyone.
Well,
It was invisibility, I thought.
I don't know if you,
Maybe we did.
maybe you
whatever.
might have planned to give it to him, but he wasn't here, so I don't know if you were actually able to. Because I don't remember putting it on his sheet. I could double check here.
I see the party treasury that I have a potion of invisibility, but not a healing potion.
Did I add one? Oh, I did. I added a potion of
Okay.
healing to the bottom of your sheet, if you look there.
No, okay.
In that
You have
case,
it.
I'll just use all my mobility stuff to go here and feed him a potion. Tell.
All right. I guess you would have your roguish dash, so you'd be good even with half speed. All right, so you rush over, kind of limping, get over to Tal and feed him a healing potion. So go ahead and roll 2d4 plus 2. So 7. So Tal, you awaken kind of suddenly as your vision clears and you see Scurry standing over you. You do not feel good, as you still feel very sick from the poison. Tal, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna cast.
You see, looking around, you would see Nalo is down and Zaquine is down.
Oh, I should put myself down.
Oh, Nello is down too. Nello is next in the turn order.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna healing word him.
Alright, so you cast Healing Word, sending healing energies over Nalo. Nalo, you regain 4, so you are conscious as your vision kind of goes back to normal. You feel terrible from that poison, but you are alive with 1 level of exhaustion. Mia, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna go over to Scurvy and Towel, and I'm gonna touch them both and use Cure Wounds.
So Zaquine is still down next to you. Do you want to try to help her, or are you going to let someone else
I
do
mean,
it?
well, I can save one person, or I can help 2 people at once, like, or because they're so far apart. Like, can I use the Quine and walk over and heal another person? Because they have to be 2 creatures within 5 feet.
So how would you heal 2 at once?
It says up to 2 creatures within 5 feet. I assume since it's touch, I have 1 hand on both.
Which spell is this?
Cure wounds.
Could you link that?
Can I link it? You want a screenshot?
No, so if you click on the word bubble near the spell, it'll give the description in chat.
Like the little cogwheel? Or just the...
I think it's the, like, there's a word bubble next to it, or above it, or something. Here, I can just check it out in your sheet.
Alright, I'm sorry.
That's fine. So let's see. Cure wounds. Word
Oh,
bubble.
I see it. I see it. Okay.
So it's a creature you touch. I don't think you can touch multiple creatures. It's basically it's 1 target.
Okay, so yeah, then I'll just I'll touch the client and I will cast Cure Wounds on her then.
Alright, so go ahead and press the spell button there, and that should cast it.
Cool.
So,
cast it over 1.
alright, so you don't need the Colossus Slayer, but alright, so Zaquine, you would gain 8 hit points, feeling much better as your vision kind of goes back to normal. Still feeling sickly from the poison and the exhaustion, but the group is safe for now. What do you all want to do?
Lie in the grass.
Just lie there for a moment.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Alright, so you take a breather as the group kind of gets situated. Luckily, it doesn't seem like there are any other wyverns in the area, and everything is quiet. After
Out of character, why did we go fight the wyverns?
We were told to.
the
Why?
hobgoblins asked that you take care of them because they were becoming an issue for the troops, and I think the group agreed to do it at the time.
Why the
Are we getting
fuck were
paid
there
for this?
2 of them, though?
I don't think they were giving you a... I mean, I don't remember you guys negotiating a reward. It was more just because you were allies to them and you were doing them a favor.
But we can certainly harvest the stingers if we can.
Do you have
Literally, my
nature?
mind was occupied.
Do you have a nature training or survival?
No, I have neither of those.
Alright, so to harvest anything from these, you'd probably need nature or survival knowledge.
Is everybody okay now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I do it then? I have nature.
Yeah, so Mia, if you said you had nature or survival or both?
I both.
So yeah, if you had probably, let's say like maybe 10 minutes or so, you could harvest the poison from them and put it into vials if you want to try to get poison. You know that you would have to harvest it soon because it wouldn't last You would need something to put it in. You could get meat from them. You could get leather from them, or leather, not leather. What else could you get? You could probably get some wyvern essence, which can be used in some magical creation recipes. It would probably take you about 10 minutes each one.
Okay. I don't have anything to put anything in. So if somebody has something, I can put the poison in. I can get it for you. I just
Well,
need a vessel to put it in.
so Scurry did just use a healing potion, so if he kept the vial, he would still have that.
Sorry. Do you have that?
Yep.
available?
There you go. If you need anything else, let me know. I can empty out some other stuff.
Is there anything else you guys want off of them? I mean, I'm fine with. I mean, it's not going to take very long. I mean, 10 minutes, but like, you know.
Alright,
Think
I'd say
about
get
it
the
well.
poison first, and then get some of the leather from it. Might make some good armor.
Alright, so give
Alright,
me
I'll start
give me you can use, I'll say, nature or survival to harvest the poison. Oh. So with a 21, you would indeed harvest a bit of a bounty. You get 13 uses of wyvern poison in your vial. Now you said you're going to try to get leather off of them, like their hides.
Yeah.
All right. Give me a again, nature or survival, your choice.
Walk over and guidance here. Okay, never mind.
All right. So you get 2 hides off of them. One is a pristine wyvern hide. And you can try to get their essence if you want, which you don't actually need to roll for. You have nature, so you would be able to get... Do you have another vial, or does someone have another vial they could give her to put this in?
Does it have to be a vial? I could pour out my canteen, maybe.
Well, your canteen probably has your water in it.
Flask of oil, would that work? That I can just empty it out?
Yeah, if you don't think you'll need the oil, you could empty it out and use that.
Mm-hmm.
All
do
right.
that.
So,
You just put the oil in Nyla's lamp.
True. Or in my empty flask. I actually already used my oil flask.
oh, well, why don't you just give her your empty one?
Yeah,
I'll
why are we
give her my
switching
empty
the oil
one.
over then?
Yeah, true, true.
It's like some weird logic puzzle. All right, we're gonna put your
Sorry,
oil in my
I was
flask
just
and empty.
unconscious.
Yeah, you're just
My
laying in
brain's
the
slow.
grass. You're like, ugh. All right, so you get 60 gold pieces worth of wyvern essence in this flask, which can be used in
Nice.
certain nature rituals as well as refined to make nature components. Yeah, that's so that took you about 10 minutes. It is now probably around 11:20. What do you all want to do?
I want to go look in the wyvern hole.
PM or AM?
So you go into the cave. Sorry, did someone say something?
I was asking PM or AM, but I figured
Oh,
AM.
it is PM.
It's PM, okay.
It's in the afternoon.
I'll follow him.
All right, so you go into the wyvern cave. It is kind of a tight fit for the wyverns, which is easy for you to get in. But it opens up into a larger inner area where there are lots of bones. Looks like a lot of mountain goats, as well as maybe a couple of other unfortunate animals. You would see what looks like some hobgoblin bones in here as well. It looks like there's some beat up pieces of armor. Nothing of too much value, but you would notice there are or there is a wyvern egg in a nest.
I want that.
What, to eat it?
Just to have one.
Scrambled eggs.
If you want, you can make a perception check to look around this place.
Looks like we're gonna be getting ourselves a pet dragon. We'll go well with the bear cubs.
Yeah,
We have bear
I
cubs?
headed to the circus. Yeah, where are the bear cubs? Where did you leave those?
They're still in
We're in the
Chaur.
cave with the rest of the. They went with the rest of the
Oh.
people. I don't know where they went.
I think the people went home. So at this point, I'm guessing the bear cubs are just there.
The bear cubs were taken with them.
Back to Char?
Yep.
Oh, alright. That's fine. That makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, they were taken. We said we'd pay what's his name to take care of them, and then he
Shock?
was like, "Oh yeah." Shock was like, "No, you don't have to pay me, but this is really strange."
No, we didn't. We didn't talk to Shock.
Or oh no, the people. We did. It wasn't Shock, but we talked to the people, and the people were like, "Oh no, it's fine." Well, I just remember something along the lines of saying we'd pay, and then they were like, "No, it's fine," even though they thought it was strange. That's what I remember.
Yeah, I think they're taking care of it as, a favor to you all for helping rescue them. Or maybe it was the scout. In any case, we'll say that, yeah, they went back to Char for now. So, what do you want to do with the cave? Oh, Riven was
They
searching.
just won. Yeah.
So you, looking through some of the corpses, you do find some pouches on them that actually have gold. So some of the hobgoblins had treasure on them. You find 22 gold pieces. You also find one of the corpses, looks like it was a shaman of some sort, or maybe a magic user. Might have been one of the orcs, Eye of Grumsh people, but they have 40 gold pieces of arcane reagents on them. And that's what you find after 10 minutes of searching the cave. So it's now 1:30.
So, we're taking the egg, and obviously the gold and all that. Where do we want to put the egg?
Alright, and I think, Mia, was it you who had training in nature?
Yeah, that's me.
So you would know that wyvern eggs, wyverns themselves, it's impossible to train them if they're in the wild, but you know that eggs can actually be tamed and raised to be tamed wyverns if they're raised as a hatchling by humans.
Or by halflings.
Or by
So can
halflings. Anyone with animal handling could possibly
So-
tame one.
I'm gonna, because I have a 2 in animal handling. It's not proficient, but I have a 2. So I'm gonna walk over and I'm just gonna grab the egg and put it under my arm like a football, and be like, "All right, we're gonna train this, and then we'll be the strongest of all." It's not fluffy, but it'll work.
Alright, so it doesn't
That's
look
the
like
plan.
it doesn't look like you're actually trained in animal handling. You might have some basic knowledge, but you're not
Yeah.
proficient. So it might be a little bit harder, but you can attempt it.
Yeah. So we'll do our best to raise this non-fluffy thing. It will fight with us as ally.
Give me a nature check real quick. So it's hard for you to judge when this thing is going to hatch, but you know that, yeah, if kept safe, it should be okay as long as it's kind of kept warm in there. Somewhat warm. What do you all want to do?
Go somewhere to sleep.
Do I see the egg? Yet?
I mean, if she brought it out, then you would have all seen it.
Yikes.
How big
I'm
is
excited,
it?
though.
To say like
Uh,
ostrich egg or
it would be probably the size of like a large computer tower. It's
yep,
pretty big.
got it.
And yeah, it's pretty solid, pretty big. It might take a little to crack open if you wanted to. But yeah,
Do, do we have to help it birth? Do we have to crack it open, or is it gonna
no.
come out on its own?
From what you know, it should just over time, as long as it's kept in like a safe environment, it should just hatch.
Alright, hold on to this bugger. You can poke it if you want, but not too hard. It's not gonna do anything if you poke it too hard. I just, think it's maybe a little disrespectful. It's trying to grow in there.
I'm actually gonna cast some healing magic on me, so I'm not just in pain. Still.
Well,
Slot 2, slot 1.
do you want to attempt? That's weird. Why didn't it minus your spell slots?
Oh, it was just in
Oh, because you use
D&D Beyond.
That's
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, you could also just try to do a short rest here, or you could make your way back to camp, whatever the group wants to do.
I'm just doing this for comfort.
I'd rather go home and have a proper night's sleep than just chill here, but what everybody else wants to do.
Yeah, I agree.
There are people who contracted, like, can we make some, like, did somebody hire us to do this, or are we just being nice?
I don't think the group negotiated for a reward. The Hobgoblins asked you, or the Iron Tide asked you to do this to make the area safer for their troops.
Yeah.
They also didn't complain that we took all of the loot from the cave.
True, yeah.
Well, nearly all
Which
the
we
loot.
cleared out.
I feel like we should just negotiate for some better benefits. I mean, we're the ones doing all the work, but
Get your 401k, some health.
right?
Hey
And
guys,
security. We're not going to be this young and strong forever, okay?
That's the future.
Regardless, first things first, let's take a fucking nap, and after that we'll talk to Orcard and get some money out of him for fighting 2 fucking dragons on his behalf.
Yeah. We might need a couple days to fully recover from this one.
All right.
I feel fine. I don't know what you guys are complaining about.
So you are pretty deep in the mountains. If you want to get back to the base, you would have to do some climbing. I don't know if you want to do that now or wait till tomorrow and maybe rest in the cave or something.
Zach's heading out. She doesn't feel good. She's going to lay down.
All right. Yeah, no, that's fine. Hopefully
Alright.
she's feeling better.
How much is like the egg? Would it weigh a lot, or how big is it?
So the egg, for those who took it, Mia, are you carrying it in your
I'm
inventory?
holding it, yeah.
Me
So,
as well.
so that weighs about, say, 10 pounds.
Oh, I got that. That's no problem.
Okay, so it's not like abnormally like large. It's like
No, it's like I
it's
said,
like-
it's about the size of a computer tower. So it's big, but it's not like as big as a person or anything.
yeah.
And I'm a Goliath, so it's not that hard, though.
Yeah, I think you have extra carrying capacity or something.
Yeah, I've got quite a bit of space left.
How warm is it like to touch? I'm gonna ask.
It's probably not very warm right now.
But would we suspect that it needs to be a bit warmer, or would this be a fine temperature for it?
Give me. Is it? It's only one person who has nature training.
Yeah, it's me.
So, Let's see. Mia, give me another nature check. You believe that it probably will not require much out of you. As long as it's not kept in a place that's too cold, the egg should be fine. Wyvern eggs are pretty sturdy.
Okay. So as long as it's up against my body, relatively near me, on me, it'll be fine, right?
Or like wrapped blankets, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't have to stoke it under a fire for 4 hours for it to hatch.
No, it doesn't require much on your part.
Okay.
Now, does the group have a bag of holding, or am I thinking of a different group?
We do.
We
We
do have a bag of holding, yeah.
So you might be able to put it in there to keep it safe, as it wouldn't jostle around in there and wouldn't, get in the way as much.
Would that keep
Okay.
it warm?
But we don't know when it's gonna hatch, right? Like we don't know if it's gonna hatch in the
No.
next hour or the next
You
week.
yeah, you'd probably have to take it to someone else with nature knowledge. They might be able to tell you.
Okay.
So do you want to do that? Put it in the bag of holding?
Yeah, until we get to somebody who can tell me a little bit more about when to expect the new baby.
And living things can go into bags of holding.
They can't generally if they need to breathe. However, the egg does not need to
Oh.
breathe.
I see. Okay.
So as long as we get it out before it
Yeah, if it
Hatches.
hatched in there, it would die in there. But
I
yeah,
see. That would be
Well,
so
we
sad.
need-
We try to pull out
we
the egg,
need
it's
to
just
make
a
it a-
corpse. Oh
right,
shit.
we need to make it a priority to figure out some timeline of when this thing is gonna come out so we can have it safe in hand.
you also know
All right,
they
yeah.
sell for a lot if you could find the right buyer. But anyway, so you're trying to camp in the cave overnight, or
Yeah,
are
let's
you
camp in the
gonna
cave.
are you gonna make the trek through the mountains, which would require some athletics checks?
I don't think we can make it. We should just sleep in the cave. We have our bedrolls, so.
All right, so the group is staying here for now. Very
Yeah, short or long rest.
Should we burn the bodies, maybe? Or...
Do you want to do a short rest first, or do you want to try to just skip to a long rest?
Long rested.
Nah, just long rest it up.
I think short
Alright.
rest first, just so we can regain some hit points in case something comes at us. I don't know.
It's not a bad idea.
I have to take a long rest since I don't really need it. Can I take a short rest while everybody else sleeps and maybe just kind of?
Well, you can't take the long rest till the end of the day, because you can only do it once a day at a certain time. I mean, you can sleep, but that won't give you the benefits of it. But for now, give me a d20 roll. Let's see if anything happens during the short rest. It's unlikely because you're in an area where the wyverns are, so it's unlikely there are any predators around here. So during the rest, as you're you're I assume you're in the cave, kind of making it safe, getting settled in.
Yes.
You would discover there are some rare mushrooms in this cave, giving you, let's see, 83 gold pieces worth of rare herbs.
Can you trip balls on them?
You probably could, but you could also use them for magical ingredients and making potions, which might be more useful. But you can use them to trip balls if you want.
Then I have one to trip balls. Is that okay? Can I have one to trip balls on while you guys are
2
being
gold
lazy?
pieces.
It would
For
probably
balls.
be about 5 gold pieces worth if you wanted to just eat one.
I'm imagining Mia's the one that found them because she has nature.
Yes, I would assume Mia.
Can I just pop one into my mouth and say, "This is all I found"?
How
Sure.
about roll sleight of hand?
Well, I mean, you all would probably just see her looking around the cave, and even if she found the mushrooms, none of you would really know the value anyway. So if she just wants
Yeah.
to take one, how much did I say you found? I
83.
I don't remember.
83.
How many?
So she finds 78 gold pieces worth of mushrooms.
Hey.
I'll say that you probably just found them, took one, and gave the rest to the group.
Yeah.
All right.
I said it in Nello's bag while holding because it's easy.
I'm gonna.
Okay, I'll put it there too as well.
Okay. So
Should
yeah,
I purify them?
just record that Nalo has,
Yeah.
or just make sure Nalo has.
Put it in party treasury. Yeah.
All right. So give me, I guess, give me a saving throw, Mia versus poison.
Okay.
So con
Saving
save.
throw on wisdom. Con save. Is this it?
That
Or
would
is
be
it-
wisdom, so it'd be the con. All right, so yeah, you have a nice, like, mellow, relaxing bit of trippiness. Nothing too
I'm just
bad.
gonna like hold the egg and pet it and
Yeah.
just trip.
You all might notice Nia or Mia looks a little bit off, and if you talk to her, she might seem a little bit off, but nothing too bad. Her eyes might be a little dilated. Does anyone have medicine?
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, if you have medicine, you would probably think she's under the influence of some kind of psychedelic effect. But otherwise, the short rest would pass without issue. So go ahead and regain your resources if you need to. Spend hit dice to heal if you want to, and you. Another thing, since people will want to spend short rest themselves, make short rest one of your resources and spend one of those.
Like the hit die. Or no, wait. You can only take a certain amount of short rests, can't you? It's like.
Yeah, you can take one per proficiency modifier, which I think is 2 right now per day. So you would spend one of those now if you want to heal up
I don't need to.
and gain your resources and such. But after that, you said you're going to rest here the rest of the day, right? So is anyone doing anything during that rest? Because it will be a few hours until nightfall.
I'm tripping, cuddling an egg.
Yeah, you're cuddling the
all-
egg and
that's
tripping a
all
bit.
Yeah.
Maybe trying to pet Scurry every now and then.
Yeah, every once in a while they'll allow
He
it.
just runs away. Anyone else doing anything? Zaquine is probably just keeping to herself. Scurry, are you doing anything? Are you muted? Or did you step away for a moment?
Scurry died. He's no more.
Oh, apparently he's doing nothing.
Alright, so Nalo, are you doing anything?
No, I will just be relaxing, taking it easy.
Alright, what about Tal?
Same.
Riven.
Nope, I'm just chilling.
Alright. Mia, it looks like you're showing your account picture. So in chat with the drop down, can you change that to your character picture?
Oh golly gee, yeah. I totally remember how to do that.
So on the chat tab on the right of the screen, there should be a drop down at the bottom, which you can set what you're talking as. Just set that to your character.
Drop down menu at the bottom. It says as Mia E.
You have to pick the other one because it does it with me. It
Yeah.
says Riven and I have to pick the other Riven.
The other Mia E.
There you go. All right. Yeah, that fixed it. All
There
right.
you go.
So.
Oh,
give me-
actually, before the 3 hours end, I will play a little bit of cards.
All right. So you play some cards with the group. You just doing it
With-
go
With
ahead.
whoever wants to play.
Sure.
Just for fun.
All right. So yeah, you play some cards. Do you have a fire going in here to keep the cave warm?
I would assume no. It'd be difficult. I don't think there's much like ventilation. It'd have to be a small fire.
Okay.
I could get a torch out and you could hold your hands against it.
So you're more just staying in your tents or sleeping bags that you have.
Yeah.
Alright, does anyone not have a tent or sleeping bag? Just out of curiosity. Assume you all do.
I have a tent.
I have a bedroll.
Alright, so the day passes. Give me a d20 roll. Okay, yeah, the day passes without issue. Nothing seems to come near this cave. You get towards evening. I should say everyone needs to spend a day's worth of rations to keep from starving. So I don't know if the group was doing it from the party treasury or if you all had your own, but go ahead and everyone spend a day's worth of food.
Yeah, I need out of the party treasury because that has all the food.
I still have 6 pounds of grain, but after this we'd be out.
Oh, so we have the bug meat.
That is
Alright.
true. We probably eat that first.
We've got wyvern meat as well that we've just killed.
Mm-hmm. We can cook that up.
Do you want to harvest meat from the wyvern? Because you haven't done that yet.
I can go back and harvest that.
Wait, is this morning?
No, this is the
Yeah,
evening.
yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's
It
still,
still kind of sound
it's not like bad yet.
No, it's still pretty fresh. So using your survival, you are able to harness probably about 20 days worth of rations from the wyverns, because they are pretty large.
20 days?
Yeah, 20 days of
Okay.
wyvern meat.
I will add that in.
And I'm just gonna purify it in case some poison spilled on it or something.
Alright, so I guess whoever's...
I'll-
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll go get a bunch of twigs and branches and stuff and put them all together and create a fire using druidcraft.
Alright, so
I
you
do
make
have a tinder box.
you make a little campfire in here to cook your food. And what
Yeah,
what is the
let's
group
cook
actually?
the boule meat
Okay, so you're eating the boule meat tonight.
before it gets bad. Yeah, I still have 12 days.
Alright, so you
Boule
spend
meat.
6 days worth of it cooking it up. It does not taste good, but it will keep you alive. So, that's something. So the night would pass without incident, and you would all actually level up to 5.
Oh god.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'll need to give you all the compendium for the level up, right? So let me do that real quick. Or am I sharing it already? Yes, I am. So actually, it should be shared already. But go ahead and take a moment to level up.
And where we click to level up.
If you are using the Roll20 sheet, there's a button on the cogwheel tab. Here, I'll take a look at your sheet here because I don't fully remember where it is. So you go to the cogwheel tab, and there is a button called Launch Level plus Charactermancer. It's on the right side if you scroll down a bit. You click that, and that'll start the level up options.
Okay, awesome, thank you.
It's not the level 1, it's the Launch Level plus Charactermancer. I'll give you a few minutes for that. Let me know if you have any questions.
So you need multi-class.
That is an option, yes.
And what level do I set that at? Because it says level 0 plus 0 equals 0.
Well, it should do that if you're using the character mancer. You shouldn't set. You shouldn't set that manually.
Okay, so I'll just leave it.
Yeah. Okay. So you're on the first page where it's saying ranger or fighter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you wanted to multi-class, you could change that fighter, I think, to a different class, and that would give you one level in something else.
Because
Or
Ranger's the same class as Fighter.
no, fighter is a different class. But if you don't want to multi-class, you just where it says HP, you click average, and that'll give you the average roll, I believe.
Okay.
And that'll give you the ranger level. Otherwise, you can choose a different class. But I assume you want to level up in ranger, right?
I can do that, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Multi-classing is a little bit more complicated, so I wouldn't recommend it unless you kind of have a plan for how you're doing it.
Yeah. No, I'll wait on that then. So then do I just need to roll for Ranger, click average?
Yeah,
For Ranger?
you click average, that'll increase your HP. Then I think you just, let's see. Yeah, then you just click on, I think, features to move on to the next option.
Awesome.
Oh, wait, no, you click next when you're done. So you see there's like back and then next.
Right.
So yeah, after you get your HP, click next to move on. And I'll move you on to the next choice.
Okay.
Scurry, are you all leveled up?
Think so.
All right. Nalo, are you all good? Or are you still working on it?
Not. You can continue on. I feel like I'm growing, but maybe it takes a hot second.
All right. What about Tal? How are you doing?
I'm done.
You're all done. Riven, how are you feeling?
Think done.
All right. And Mia, you're still working on it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Why don't we do a quick 5 minute? So just give people some time to look over some of the spells or any of the choices they need to make. I'll use the restroom and be right back. Alright, I'm back. So, I will say that the long rest passed. So go ahead and regain your hit points, resources, your short rest reset to full, and you would heal 1 level of exhaustion. So in the morning, which it is now the 11th of autumn at 7 a.m., what do you all want to do? I'm assuming you're heading back to the Iron Tide camp, or do you want to do anything else in the mountains?
Let's just head back.
Alright, so you use some of the trails you used to get up here. Give me athletics checks from everyone. You can assist each other in this, so I'll just take some of the highest ones from the group.
The athletics. Am I blind? Oh, I am blind. There we go.
It's not like when I get to the end, it doesn't let me click apply changes. I don't know what I'm missing.
Let me take a look. Let's see. Mia. So it looks like it wants you to. Oh. Looks like that's done. Features, you got those. Levels, looks like that's done. So if you go to review, what's going on? Let me see.
Oh. Nice.
Alright. So that's chosen. Next.
So, DM Raven, I can take a feat, correct?
Yeah, level 4 is, or no, wait, level 5
5.
is not. No, it'd be 4th level. You could take a feat. Unless there's something.
Oh, okay. I actually never took the thing for the... Well, when I last leveled up, I didn't do the thing there. Wait.
Yeah, what's going on with this level up here?
Are you looking at my level up?
No, I was looking at Mia's. Looks
Oh.
like it's, I don't know what's going on. It's not displaying the
It's
thing.
weird.
I'm gonna cancel out of it and try to redo it. Alright, so let's try that again. Launch. Character Mancer level up. Roll average. Next. Next. Choose I think level 2 spell, and you wanted Beast Sense, right?
Let's go.
Beast Sense next. Yeah, when you get to the review page, nothing's populating. That's really weird.
So weird.
Well,
Did I send the D&D gods?
They want their wyvern egg back.
yeah.
Right, they want the freaking egg back.
Alright, well, I can try to play with this more later. I'm not sure why it's... Is anyone else having an issue like this, or were you all able to level up okay?
I leveled up
Okay.
just fine on D&D Beyond. But I realized that, so the way D&D Beyond works, when you level up, you can go down the list that goes by levels.
Yeah.
And then last level, I didn't actually choose anything, so I just chose a feat
Gotcha.
that I was supposed to already have, which was the spell sniper feat. I took the firebolt cantrip.
Alright.
Which here I'll just
Yeah, no, I'm familiar with the spell sniper, so you can ignore cover and such.
yeah.
So you
and
didn't do an ASI increase?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, no, D&D Beyond does that all for you. I should have done it last time when I
Well,
leveled
if
up,
you
but I
take a
didn't
feat, you
click on
don't
it.
get an ASI increase.
Yeah.
So, okay, so that's fine, and you want to take the feat instead. Alright, I'm going to cancel out of this for now, and I'll try to... Let's continue Character Mancer. What does that do? No, okay, so you have to exit. Alright, so yeah, I'll take a look at that later and try to figure out what's going on. Yeah, you were going through the mountains, trying to head back, so I need, give me athletics checks. And I think, does level 5 increase your proficiency bonus to 3? Or is it
Yes.
still 2? Okay, so for now, Mia, we just have to remember that you have an extra +1 to your rolls. Alright, so Riven's on it. Oh, wait. You rolled already, Riven. What are you doing?
What you said again, so I don't know.
No, I'm just still waiting on Scurry, and I need Mia, and I need my 6th person, which is Aquine is not here, so just Scurry.
You want me to roll, which one again?
Athletics.
Athletics. Oh,
Alright, well, that's good, because that makes your high roll 16, 12, 11. So you're able to cover for the people who aren't doing so well, and you make your way back to the cave. You get there around, say, 10 o'clock in the morning. The soldiers would let you in. What do you want to do?
what's in the cave again?
This
Is that the one where we...
Hobgoblin Lair.
Well, first
I
things
would go
first-
grab my last chest, but I need another nap before that.
Yeah, maybe a couple naps.
Yep, I need to get all my spells back.
I don't want to nap. But fine.
What's
Although
your plan for the chest? Do you just want to grab it with a trap on, or? And there's still a fucking clay golem in front of it.
I have an idea actually, because I've just got invisibility, so maybe I could see if that works and I don't get killed.
yeah, maybe.
Can I use cure wounds on anyone? Like, will that help?
No, I'm fine.
I'm
It's-
good on that. I just need spells.
I just need stealth.
Just did a long rest, right? So you have all your spells.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll need that if we're gonna go fight that golem.
Oh yeah, we did just do a long rest, so we are
Good
completely
rest.
healed.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
the only thing that wouldn't be healed fully, you gain half your hit dice back, so you wouldn't necessarily be
I
full.
didn't hear the long rest bit. I thought we just did the short rest. So I was like, okay, I'm good. No, I'm good now.
You leveled up as part of a long rest, and yeah, you would get your spells, your HP, half your hit dice, and if you had exhaustion levels, one of them is removed. So yeah, the hobgoblins would let you into the cave. What do you want to do?
Are we sure we want to do this? Because I'm pretty sure the golem could kill us. I can try stealing it. I know it was my idea, but
It has a trap on it, so even if you're invisible, you're probably gonna trigger the
we
trap.
don't know it's a trap. We just know it's a glowing rune. We don't know exactly if it's a trap or not. So there's no because it was Scurry who looked. So if I ever look, I might be able to see if it's a trap or not. And then, provided we don't die, it doesn't see me. Run like fuck if it is a trap.
You can see if the unseen servant triggers the trap.
Yeah, could do that to see if he can pick it up. And can he pick up a chest?
Yeah, as long as it's not like over 20 pounds, he can pick it up.
Could do that. Send the unseen servant in to get it and then walk out. And that avoids the golem as well. Provided the golem doesn't smash the unseen.
That is true. I am a bit curious though to know when the wyvern egg will be hatching, because right now I
Yeah,
have it
can
in
we-
the bag of holding, but I don't want it in there for long term.
I mean, I'm gonna be taking it out regularly to bond and pet it and hang out with it.
To speak to it.
Who's to say?
Whisper sweet nothings.
Right.
Play
my
songs for it so it increases its intelligence.
My sweet,
Okay.
my little war animal. But yeah, like we need to figure out when it's gonna hatch. But we're not anywhere near anyone who can tell us that.
So we're going into the cave with the golem then, are we?
Right now?
Yeah.
Sure, we can go.
I don't know
I'm
if,
half
if
as quick as I
everyone wants
usually
to.
am. I'm not leading the charge on this one.
If we want to, I'm not saying we have to. I'm just saying, do we want to or no?
I'm down.
The other thing was the hobgoblins had asked that you head to Chaur and try to figure out those other two keys as soon as you could, because he's worried that Blackwater or Sithril, who might possibly have the second one, could, leave with them, or you'd lose access to them somehow.
Like I said, when we have to take some drow elf assassin with us as well, don't we?
Ayara, yeah, he asked that you bring Ayara with you, so they have a contact within Chaur.
Oh, we've just killed 2 fucking dragons for him, so I think they can wait.
And Zaquine says, well, we do want to secure those keys at some point, as that vault treasure is for us as well.
That's true. I don't care at this stage, I just want to take a nap.
Another one, you just woke up.
That poison was nasty, she says. As she
Alright,
kinda
mate, I didn't even know
rubs her
that I
temple.
was doing it. I was fighting a dragon, and all of a sudden I'm dead. I don't know what happened there.
It was the fact that we dished out all the gold from the treasury that threw you as well.
True.
You did what now?
Uh-oh.
Did you not read the note?
They split the gold, so the treasury is empty of gold.
It is
Excuse me, the fuck?
Well,
Yeah,
I think it was split between everyone evenly, and some was left
No,
behind.
it was split between the 4 originals.
Oh, the 4 originals, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me and Maya got none, but Tower gave me 10. And then you went and gambled, and you lost 7, but made a friend.
I lost 5 and made a friend.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
hold,
that happens. Fair
hold
enough.
up. I
Yeah,
have
that
no
happened.
gold.
I think someone wanted to use money to trade with who was it? Who wanted to trade with the magic user to get some inks or something,
Oh.
right?
Wasn't it? Weren't we trading the husks of the what we killed the first time for gold as well?
Oh yes, there's a guy who has an offer, and I have the
Yeah.
offers
The offer's
here.
still there,
But
but you haven't traded
did
yet.
you?
The Anhag
No,
skins.
did you want to build anything out of those Ankh hides, Mia?
Well, now I'm concerned that y'all have the gold, and so somebody better be handing me some gold.
No, they only handed it to the ones because it was from before we knew them, before we were freed from
Oh,
enslavement.
okay.
Yeah, but
Okay.
you
Yeah.
can actually have the gold from the carapaces, or at least some of it.
Yeah, considering I cut them off.
Yeah.
for
Well,
you.
Yeah.
you
I did all the work.
you didn't make that trade yet, though. I still have the Anhag
Yes.
skins.
No,
Yeah.
we haven't done it. I didn't know if you wanted to make armor out of the Ankhed's armor.
And the Boule skin as well. He
Yeah,
was offering to buy all of them.
Yeah.
Don't
Mm.
think
The
we
issue.
can do anything with them. Anybody
You
have the
can
skills to
sell
work
'em.
with it?
Oh, so we
But-
went around. No one has the skills.
I would like to use the leather from my egg baby's parents to make something out of that because
That's not morbid and twisted in any way at all.
Yeah.
Make a saddle
I-
out of the skin of
Smells
its
like
parents.
right
mommy.
for the egg.
Are you my mommy? Are you my mommy? No, I'm just riding it.
I just made your mommy into a saddle. So
Your mommy's now on my carpet. She's in my rug.
yeah. So yeah, to use the skins, you would either need leatherworking or smithing, which I don't know if anyone has tool proficiency.
Don't look at
in
me.
either of
I'm the
those.
fairy. I do the easy flying things.
Yeah. So, but did Scurry? Did you see that reflection of the gold splitting in your gold total? I can't remember if I think I
I
added
don't know
it.
what it was before.
It was 37 across 3 people.
Yeah, they
I
all had.
probably do have it, considering I have 47 gold right now.
Yeah, so I probably added it in there for you.
Wait, how do you see where your gold's at? How do you see how much gold you have?
Oh, your character sheet.
It's on the front page near your inventory. There are different coin values. But yeah, so do you want to trade the skins or?
I only
Yeah, we'll
have 10
give it-
gold pieces.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can trade
let's,
the skins.
Let us sell all the skins that we've got and
Yeah.
fill up the party treasury a bit.
Yeah. So it was 60 for all 3 of the Onkeg, and it was 30 for the one Booley.
It was 30 for the Boule and 25 gold each for the Ankhegs, which we got 3
Oh.
of.
He said something different. He said 2 different things, but I did hear 25 per, but then I also heard 60 for all
He was
3.
trying to get a deal. He said he'd buy all 3 off of you. If you want to sell him one, he'd give you 25. He was trying to get a little bit of a better
Have them
price.
one by one.
Nah, that's fine
If
with me.
it's 25 each and we have 3, that'd be 75.
Well,
Sell
yeah,
them one by
he-
one.
So he's saying that he'll give you 60 for all 3. He doesn't want to give you 75 for all 3.
Well, he should give us 75 for all 3 because
Give me
each
a-
one was
All
equally
right.
difficult
Well,
to get.
if you want to haggle, I'll take up to 2 persuasion checks from the group.
I'll haggle.
Yeah, you
Oh,
haggle.
Oh,
Alright. Persuasion. Where are you? Where are you?
Scurry wants as much money as you can
I
get.
have no persuasion.
Scurry
Ain't
wants to
nobody
win.
selling my shit without paying full price.
All right. So Scurry is haggling along with Riven. You get him to agree to 30 gold pieces per skin. So 90 gold for 3.
Would you
Alright, we
also be
selling.
interested in an average wolf pelt and a bear pelt?
He says, probably not. Those are easy to get. So he probably has a bunch of those from the army killing bears and wolves in the area.
Alright.
So did you sell him the Boule skin as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
All right. He'll give you 30 gold or 35 gold for that because you did haggle him up a bit. So another 35. Are you going to offer him the wyvern skins?
Can I keep one to do something?
Yeah, sure, we'll
later
keep
with?
one and offer him a pristine wyvern hide.
Alright, so for the pristine one, he takes a look at it and does indeed see the quality. He'll give you 50 gold pieces.
Sure, that works for me.
Okay.
All right.
So how much money total did we make?
In the party treasury right now, we have 197 gold.
97.
Yeah, you got 90, then 50.
There
and
were some small
35.
stuff that we got here
Oh,
and
I
there,
see,
so
I see,
yeah.
okay. Lit.
So you got 175 from those skin trades, I believe.
Yep.
90, 50, and 35. Yeah. So plus
And
whatever
22
you
from
have.
the corpses in the wyvern cave.
Yeah. So you got some more gold in there. So yeah, you spend part of the morning haggling on prices. It's now about 11 o'clock.
So what do we want to do then?
Are we in an area where we can go get this egg checked out? Is there anybody around
Uh,
that we
So you ask, you want to ask around a bit?
Yeah.
So most of their magic users are more specialized in war spells. There's not too many people here that know about nature or yeah, just knowledge in general. You remember there was the only one you could think of was that druid who helped you. Although he might be kind of angry that you haven't driven these guys out of here. You don't know. You haven't heard from him since he escaped.
Well, me and Mia have never met him, so we could go speak and just
Right.
say we
I could just say, I found this egg. You don't know me. You don't know I have any involvement.
He don't know us.
Yeah, but you'd also have to figure out where he is right now.
That's
true.
Let's hit the Chaur and go fuck up Blackwater and the Bloodhound for their pieces, I guess. I can sleep on the way there.
So are we taking Drow Elf, whatever his name is?
Ayara?
Yes, that's it. I'll remember that name.
So you were asked to. I'm assuming you're going to go get her before you leave.
Let's go find her.
Alright, so she's pretty easy to find, actually. You would kind of see her near the entrance with a bunch of stuff. It looks like she was almost just waiting here for you.
Oh, she's a hoarder. How lovely.
She says, "Are we ready to go?"
Well, I hope you're not bringing all your suitcases with you, dear. We don't have that many people to carry your baggage.
She arches an eyebrow at you. She says, "I just have my backpack. What are you talking about?"
All of this is a backpack? What's your
Says,
backpack?
and a few. Don't worry about it. I'm not asking you to carry my things.
Good, because I'm tiny. I can't be expected to.
Nobody thought that you were gonna go carry your things, lad.
I kind of thought that he would carry your thing.
That's because you expected me to carry your sword when you had a thorn in your hand, and it was hard.
Well, I mean, I just figured a friend would help a friend out. You couldn't hold my sword
I'm
for a
3'8". Your sword is bigger than me.
You are a strangely
You're
fairy
stronger
creature.
than you think you are. You
I might be stronger than I think I am magically, but I can't lift a sword that's bigger than me.
Well, you couldn't have just magically held it then.
I could have blown it apart.
Sits there silently
Well, that
listening
would've
to
helped
the two of you
anybody.
argue.
Don't sigh, dear. It shows bad manners.
I didn't
And
say
as I'm
anything.
fighting with him, I'm just gonna try to reach out and pet Scurry.
Give
I
me a
will
sleight of
dodge.
hand.
Sleight of hand. What's happening?
Alright.
Oh.
Scurry sees your attempt and dodges.
And then what I'm going to do to really annoy Mia is to fly over to Scurry and then stroke him behind the ears. Just to
Fuck
annoy.
off! Fuck off!
Give me a stealth check.
Is he trying to dodge me, or will he let me do it?
I don't know. Are you trying to dodge? Or are you gonna? Let
I'll allow it since he's a loot fairy.
All right. So you allow the fairy to give you pets, making Mia very upset.
Friggin' sucks.
IR just looks
I'll
on
do
with
it.
confusion, having no
Right,
idea
come on,
what's
let's
going
go.
on.
Let's go.
Alright, so the group heads out into the plains, making their way towards Char. As you're traveling, Iara would say, well, first of all, she looks very uncomfortable in the sun. She's always kind of covering her face and trying to avoid the light, but she would say, what is your plan to infiltrate Blackwater's estate? I've seen it up close with all those mercenaries. It's quite the challenge.
It's very easy, really. He already asked us to retrieve the dagger for him, so all we gotta do is request a private audience.
And once you get your audience, do you plan to try to rob him?
That's the plan.
Are you just going
So,
to
like
attack
forcible
him?
robbery?
Yeah, are you just going to attack him in the middle of his house with all his bodyguards around?
No, we'll ask him to go somewhere else. More private.
That
But
sounds.
what we could do is ask for an audience with him. I turn me and someone else invisible for 8 hours, and then when he goes to sleep, we then do whatever you gotta do.
I still
I
got
feel
that
like-
poison of invisibility. I can make sure he disappears in his sleep.
Disappears in his sleep.
Yeah, but I could just turn. Well, no, I could. Could I? No, because it would have to disrupt my one I've got going. Oh, well.
And what
Does
do you-
anybody
I
have an
say-
issue with the murder of Blackwater?
I don't know who he
I
is.
have a slight bit of an issue.
Isn't there a better way? Can't we just convince him to give up the ring? He is the one who caused all of this.
I think that the fairy, should be strong enough to get a ring. So when dude's sleeping, he should fly in and just pull the ring off his hand, and we're good. We're done.
Well, unless he
I'm
complains
a
Just
lot
trade
about...
ribbon for
sneakier.
the ring.
I don't know, is the ring too heavy for you, Fairy? She says kind of mockingly.
Or can you not handle that?
I would
Too
want
much.
to ask you to
You're
carry
carrying-
something.
I have a ring on me. I can carry a ring. I just don't know how good I am at getting it off his hand without him noticing.
I'm a lot
He'll be
sneakier than the
asleep. How
fairy.
hard could it be?
He's wearing the ring.
So what?
How
Would
about
you-
this? We can do the invisibility thing, right? I go in together with the loot fairy. Loot fairy is on lookout. Meanwhile, I do my thing, slip the ring off his finger. There we go.
She says, I think that's a good idea. I would be concerned, though, because Blackwater may have a way of sensing invisibility.
I could just suggest that he gives us the ring.
What, you're going to cast a spell right in the middle of his court?
I can,
That sounds like
I can subtle spell. I can subtle spell it so that no one will know I'm doing it, and then just say, as a show of affection, would you like to give us your ring?
That sounds risky.
And sneaking into his room invisible and trying to rob it from him then isn't.
Oh, I don't know about that either.
I mean,
It's
what-
also
what are the
he might
rules
not have
of
the ring
watching?
on him.
Why don't we just go in there and kill everyone?
That's easier.
Yeah, let's
well,
just kill
That's
everyone.
plan B.
it's plan B.
Is Ayara, would she be recognized if she went into his house?
She says, I was trying to case his house looking for a good way in. He has a lot of security.
But would you be recognized if you were to go in with your face showing?
He doesn't know who I am, though drow in general are often seen with,
Oh.
yeah.
If we want to scope the place out, I could just turn myself invisible and then just fly around. And
That
see
is
if there's
true.
any better way to get in.
Alright, so as you're traveling, I think one of you has survival, right?
Yeah.
So I need up to 2 survival checks from the group.
No.
Okay. So Mia has training, Tal doesn't, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Tala, with Mia's help, you are able to keep her on track, even though she's getting kind of confused a couple of times.
The shrooms haven't fully worn off yet.
Yeah, some shroom after effects. Give me a D20. Let's see how this trip goes. Okay. So the journey would take 3 days. So I need you all to spend 3 days worth of food each. So I guess that would be 18 days worth of food.
Are we just? Oh, I don't know what we got left. Wait.
Which, if you want, I think the quartermaster was feeding everyone, so I guess you could take it out of there.
Let's eat wyvern meat.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, you can use 18 from the wyvern if you want to eat that. But you would make it to town without issue. So it is the... it is the 12th of autumn, around 7 a.m. in the morning when you get to the town. The guards... Or go ahead.
No, I was wondering what are the rules about magic? Like, I can't just use magic in public on someone, but what about a channel divinity, for example?
So, in general, magic freaks people out because most people don't understand how it works, and I mean there are stories of really bad things happening, like people giving up all their money or being tricked with magic or being melted with magic. So, generally, whenever you use magic around people who are in town, they're gonna be a little bit freaked out because they don't know what you're trying to do.
That sucks as a fairy. I do magic all the time.
Yeah,
But
so
there's no law against it, or what?
well, there is technically if you don't have a license, you're not supposed to do magic. That said, you are kind of on the frontier here, so they don't really have Empire or Phoenix Guild wizards to enforce the laws very well. It's unlikely anyone's going to come out here to try to arrest you or kill you unless you do something pretty heinous. And
So
word
they're
gets
just gonna be scared of us.
yeah, and also
Heinous, like murdering Blackwater, kind of heinous.
yeah, like murdering a noble might get the law on you for sure. Especially
Make the evening fun.
if they know you did it. There's I mean the people here also kind of know you, so you're probably gonna be okay casting spells for the most part because they trust you. If they know who you are, which most of the people in the town know you as the heroes of Chaur.
So we could get Blackwater to drop the ring.
But in any case, the 3 days have passed. You eat the food. Did you subtract the 18 food?
I will do that right now.
Okay, yeah. Subtract the 18 food to feed everyone. As you approach the front gate, is there anything else that the group wants to do before they get into town? Because you've had a lot of time to talk and plan, so I wasn't sure if there's something you want to do before you enter Chaur.
Can I make one more check to see if I can get a pet in on Curry?
Probably you could have taken several attempts during the trip, but I'm assuming Scurry is still denying the pets.
Yes.
So
I might get a really good roll though. Like it might happen.
Right.
sure, give me a sleight of hand. Well, Nalo's not the one who's petting. 10, no, he would probably see that. Alright, so the group returns to Chaur victorious.
Plus, I sort of feel like this feat should help me with that.
Yeah. Ha! It just knows. He gets that tingle when you get too close.
Tingle.
So you approach the north gate. The gate is actually open, which is a bit surprising. The guards there kind of go on alert when they see the group approaching, but as they see you're not hostile, they ease up a bit. When you get to the gate, the two guards there kind of look at you, look to the north, and they say, where did you all come from?
Adventure, I'd say. We should have sent some survivors back from the orc camp a while ago, no? They should have arrived by now.
The guy says, "Oh, you're the heroes of Chaur. Yes. Welcome back." And he goes to kind of shake your hands. He
Yes, we're
says,
just working on the name.
He says, "The heroes of Chaur have returned," and a bunch of them, "Huzzah! The heroes return!" And he says, "Yes, your people arrived. They told us of your brave and glorious fights with the hobgoblins and the orcs, and that you were able to drive them back. So the attacks also have stopped. So I'm guessing things have gone well, and we can say that we're rid of them."
It's sort of a work in progress, but they shouldn't be bothering the surrounding area anymore.
For the immediate future.
So he says, "Work in progress. What do you mean? Are they still there?"
Well, off in the
They're
distance.
still around, but they won't be harassing any of the town folk anymore.
Yeah,
Unless
easy to drive them
provoked,
off,
obviously.
but hard to exterminate them. You know how it is.
Give me up to 2 persuasion checks from the group.
I've got it. Oh, or not.
So he says, "So how are if they're so you said they're still around, but they're not attacking? How did you handle, or how did you do that?" Now, actually, you would also notice Iara is no longer with the group. She may have slipped away when you got near town. I forgot to mention that.
We negotiated a peace treaty. After we've killed so many of their men, they were inclined to listen.
They're pussies!
So you force them to see reason through your attacks on them.
If you will, yes.
But you say they are still there. They haven't retreated.
We're working on it, but
There is something that considers another party that we have to figure out, but rest assured they won't attack anybody.
So they seem a little concerned, but he nods and he says, "Well, we certainly appreciate all the work you've been doing. The mayor, I'm sure, will wish to speak to you. And thank you again. Thank you for making it safer, because we definitely have noticed a reduction in attacks for several days now. So whatever you're doing, it's working."
We do want to speak to the mayor, yes. I've got some heirs that I want to cash in on.
Alright, so the group enters town. It is probably a little bit after dawn, like 8 o'clock in the morning or so. What does the group want to do?
I say first things first is we cash in on the Auric Hobgoblin and Ogre proof of kills that we have acquired with the mayor.
So you want to go to the barracks?
Yeah.
Alright.
Also,
Everyone's alright with that.
should we
yeah.
tell someone about Blackwater's involvement?
Who? Who would you trust with that?
I don't know, Shook for one.
Shock here.
I think you
The
told...
main-
Shock is a bit of a goody two
Yeah,
shoes, don't you
we
think?
told him in the alternate timeline.
In the alternate timeline, yeah. No, yeah, that's true. I keep thinking you're the other group, but no, I don't think you've told anyone yet. Everyone thinks that you're still working against the hobgoblins. And, yeah, I don't think you've told anyone of the rumored Blackwater and Blood Hand involvement.
The mayor is the one person who could maybe actually do something about it.
You know, I was just thinking, Blackwater might seem a bit too hard to get at, but we could go searching for the other artifacts, maybe with the Blood Hand. Might be easier to strike at them.
I mean, I guess you've got a point there.
Well, at some point, we'll have to get both of them. We can't just get one of them to get the vault open.
Also, there's still the option to play them off against each other. Make each of them think we gave the other one the dagger.
That could be an interesting idea. As
I
Aquian
don't
says.
know.
I'm going to turn to me and go, have you got any idea what they're talking about?
Blackwater, he hired us to get a dagger, as Aquian says, as well as take care of the Iron Tide. There are 3 pieces that these factions are trying to get a hold of: the dagger, the ring, and the amulet. I don't remember the names of them, but we believe that Blackwater has the ring, and Sithril, the leader of the Bloodhand, has the amulet. We don't know that one for sure, but we want to get all 3 pieces because we're going to work with the Iron Tide to try to, and she's kind of keeping her voice low, to try to get into the vault in Issyk. But we need 3 pieces to do that.
You guys had an idea.
What's that?
This has nothing to do with what you're doing, but what you're doing doesn't interest me. It's all politics. Anyway, I can make a saddle out of the Warven's parrot. And then when our Warven grows up, we can ride it. Can I say that as a pet the egg?
How about you go find a leather worker then,
You do
while we
that.
figure out what we're doing?
I'm down. And then I just start walking off, holding the hides in one hand and the egg in the other.
All right, so as
She's
you're...
brilliant.
Go ahead.
Yeah, she's brilliant in a fight, but when it comes to brain power, she's not that good.
So as
Really,
you're...
you don't say.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you're kind of walking through the town talking, a bunch of the people of Chaur are kind of noticing you, whispering. A couple of them are coming up to you, talking to you, asking you about the orc and hobgoblin attacks and kind of what's going on. Do you want to engage with them or just keep going?
I will politely sort of wave them off and say we've
Yeah.
got important stuff to do. Or
I'm just ignoring them.
One
Maybe
of
with
Yes,
my-
go, yes, go away, you
I-
common people. We're the
Hang on.
Yeah, go away, you plebs.
I don't know anything,
We gotta
and I
talk
don't
to the
fucking know
elites. We
anything.
don't need these plebs.
big on peasants. We deal with international affairs.
Peasants.
Listen, all I do is kill things.
So
Sometimes when they're fluffy, I'll think twice. But
What?
usually I just...
here, go ahead. Go ahead. All right. Well, one of the as you kind of wave them off, one of the laborers kind of yells from the back, "What? Are we safe? Please, heroes, tell us what's going on."
Are
You should be
dead
safe
yet?
for the time being.
All right. So
If you're not dead, you're safe.
No,
Safer
you lead a
today than
boring.
you were yesterday.
You lead a boring life. You'll marry a fat woman and die miserably. But that's as safe as you'll get.
Do you say that out loud?
you're like shaming the peasants.
Yep. Your life's dull and boring. You won't be anything better anyway.
Wow.
I will hit Riven after that one.
All right, you smack him. Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage, Riven.
Persuasion with disadvantage.
You're all a bunch of fat nobodies.
They don't even know that he's part of the Heroes of Chaur.
Well-
He's just showed up out of nowhere.
I
He's
look
flying
like a
around with the
child.
party. So yeah,
I'm just a
the
really depressive child.
the peasants are like, man, the heroes of Chaur are kind of assholes, and they all just like disperse a little.
Can I grapple?
No.
Can I grapple him?
Don't blame
The
me. Blame my
halfling.
parents. They raised me wrong.
The halfling is
It's all their
tackling
fault.
the fairy, and I mean, sure.
Don't mind the little loot fairy, he has Tourette's.
At a strength checks to grapple. I should have used inspiration.
Well, you can use so Riven Nalo's trying to grab you. You can use Dex or Strength or Acrobatics or Athletics to avoid him. You're like, yeah.
I'll do athletics.
All right. All right. Well, apparently Nalo has grappled you, and I don't know what he's gonna do. You grab him.
Hang on.
Just
What
gonna
if he's,
rough him
if
up.
he's holding me? I'm gonna open my wings and start flying up.
Well, you
While
can't.
he's
You can't
holding-
currently because he's grappled
While
you.
while he's doing that, I'm gonna lift him up from his feet and help the little loot fairy believe that he's strong enough to lift him up.
Didn't you already go off?
Yeah,
Have you guys have I gone yet or?
I think you had left to go speak with a leather worker, right?
Okay, cool.
This is so yeah. At this point, Nalo and Riven are kind of Nalo's grabbed Riven. They're kind of yelling at each other. The people are sort of happy, but also sort of like, why are they being mean to us? And they just wander off.
Aggressive snuggles.
Are you trying to like actually hurt him or just like shake him around or something?
I'm just putting dirt on his clothes.
Just rubbing dirt on him?
If he's
No,
doing that,
just like we're like rolling on the ground right now, sort of like.
All right, so yeah, you two are.
He's getting my clothes dirty. I'll gust him away from me.
You two are wrestling with each other. The rest of you are just kind of watching. But the people seem happy that they're safe. Maybe less happy that the little fairy was being mean to them. But they kind of, at least for now, disperse.
Would they think of a fairy, or would they just think of a very small child?
Well, you have
They
wings,
don't-
don't you?
Yeah, but that's assuming they know what a fairy is.
Well, I mean, they wouldn't think you're a small child because you have wings.
No, he's
Okay,
the small
fair.
child with wings.
Because small children, I mean, they
I
probably.
stapled these onto my back!
I
It
would.
was
So
Cosplay.
they see you are with the heroes of Chaur, so they probably. I mean, there's like all of you guys compared. Like they're all humans, but you have like a, like a demon person, a cat person, now a fairy person, and a huge Goliath. So you guys all just compared to them
Hey,
all look different.
I'm medium-sized, okay? I'm not huge.
You're medium
only
for a
7
Goliath,
feet.
or medium for a
Yeah, aren't you like
person?
7 feet tall?
Yeah, but it says medium.
Well, that's still
so-
stick. Yeah, well, yeah, you're medium sized, but that still sticks
You're
out.
at least 2 of me.
You're bigger than anyone else in the village. Like the tallest person here is probably like 6'8" or
It's
something.
about my weight, you know? Like, come on.
Damn.
Not weight
Okay,
shaming,
let's
not fat shaming, it's height shaming, different.
let's go get some cloaks or something because maybe walking around just openly as the heroes of Chaur is a bit troublesome. So. we
Oh,
just
do you want to
kept a
buy
little
some
bit-
cloaks? You are in the marketplace. I mean, you'd still be even with cloaks. I mean, you're all pretty noticeable.
Got someone with a
That is
horn,
true.
someone with fur, one of us with wings, and a
Yeah.
taller than normal person. We're not going to blend in with cloaks.
That's true. You're right.
Me and you are the shortest people here. How on earth are we going to blend in?
All right, so I'll say after some tussling, you two kind of figure it out, I assume, and stop wrestling. And the group would continue on to the barracks.
Indeed.
All right, so there are, again, as you travel, people who are kind of whispering and watching you, and more people would come up and ask, how things have gone. I assume you just answer them as you go, or are you going to just kind of, like, blow them off and just keep
Let me
going?
answer them.
No.
Shut up, you
I will
fatties.
deal. I'll try to sort of calm their fears and sort of disarm them and say like everything is going great and you'll be
Alright.
fine.
So Nalo's
While he's doing
running,
that, I'm gonna. While he's doing that behind you, I'm gonna go. You're all going to die.
Are you actually doing that?
Yeah, I'll just heckle him as he's doing it. Just under
All right,
so they can just see.
Nalo, give me a persuasion with disadvantage, as the fairy
Hey.
continues to make everyone freak out. All right, so you're.
I would like to try and disappear from this situation.
So yeah, you have Nalo saying everything's fine, then Riven yelling about how you're all gonna die, and a bunch of people are getting kind of freaked out now.
Oh my god, it was terrifying. They had 3 heads and dragons and everything. You're all going to die agonizing death.
They're all kind of
Okay, no,
looking around
for
worried.
real though-
Dragons, 3 heads.
For real though, I'm gonna pull
What's going
Riven into an alleyway and like tie him up or beat him up or some shit. I don't know, man.
Tired of you! Stop it! Alright, so the rest of you walk on as Nalo and Riven start fighting in an alleyway, and a bunch of the citizens of Chaur don't know what's going on because they all think a dragon's coming now. A couple of guards start showing up, and people are like, "There's dragons coming towards the town." And the guards are like, "What? Oh God!" And they're now running back towards the barracks to try to let people know that there are dragons coming. Apparently,
There we are. Now we can get into his house and get that ring. He'll be running for his life, scared he's going to be eaten by a dragon. You're welcome.
You're currently fighting with Nalo in an alleyway, apparently. So
We can get the ring now. Stop trying to tie me down.
but the rest of you get to the barracks where there are a couple of guards there who seem like they're concerned as they're getting reports of dragons possibly coming. One of the guards looks and actually recognizes you and says, Heroes of Chaur, you've returned. What can I do for you? Are you looking to get into the barracks?
We are, yeah. We're looking to talk to the mayor and cash in on some of the prize money on the heads of the goblins and such.
He nods. He says, "Is it true what we're hearing, that there are dragons heading towards Chaur?"
Yeah,
No,
20
that's our
of them,
new
they're all gonna eat ya.
buddy with Tourette's. Don't worry about him.
Oh, all right. Well, could you tell him to stop doing that, because he's making the people very, very uncomfortable, and we're getting a lot of concerned citizens who might try to flee the town.
Have you heard that, Loot Ferry? Calm down, will
Oh,
you?
well,
no,
Nalo and him
he's-
are still wrestling in an alley somewhere.
After a bit, I'm actually gonna tell Riven to come with me, and we're gonna search for
Alright.
the bear cubs.
Here, let's mark where everyone is right now.
Yeah, let's scare more people.
I'll
We'll tell them
just go
killer
to
bears
talk
are on
to
the
them.
loose.
So Mia's
We'll tell them
here.
it's killer bears.
I'll say Riven and who was it? Nalo got into a fight near the Darkwater Inn, and they're wrestling in an alleyway, and the rest of the party is here. But the soldier would nod and say, come on in, and if you have ears to trade in for the bounty, and he says, I'll get our guard captain to speak with you, actually. So he goes off for a moment. I don't remember if you've met this guy. Let me see in my notes.
I love it. I'm going
Oh,
to
you
cause a
have.
stampede of
All right.
panic.
So Captain Grobe, who you have met before apparently, shows up with several guards, and he says, heroes, it's good to see you again. And he walks over. Who's in front?
Me, probably, I guess.
So he would go to shake your hand. He says, we've heard tales of your handiwork, and it seems that the Iron Tide has fallen back, at least for now. We haven't been having to worry as much about their attacks. Do you shake his hand?
I will shake his hand and I'll say, after beating down on their troops for a while, we negotiated a peace for the people of Chaur.
This is negotiated. Interesting. Well, I'm glad to hear it worked out. But they're still up there?
For now, yes, there is one or two things which sadly we can't disclose. We have to take care of. Rest assured it will bring no harm to the citizens. That will, once taken care of, have them marching back across the desert.
Give me a persuasion check.
Sure.
13. He nods and he says, all right, well, it seems like you've been successful so far, so I'll leave that to your capable decision making. Let me see what ears you brought us, and I'll give you your gold.
I will just put a bloody sack of ears and stuff on the table. There's 2 ogres, 12 orcs, and 16 hobgoblin proof of kill. So whether that be ears or whatever else recognizable.
Alright, so he yells for the private, younger guy who looks like he might be new. He says, go through this and count them out. And the guy's like, ugh. He takes it inside. Some time passes, and he would come back with the gold for the ears. Which should basically be a gold piece each, like the bounty said.
Alright. Same for the ogres?
Yes, it seems like they just gave you 1 gold piece for each proof of kill.
Ah, well, fair enough.
He says, I think the mayor will likely wish to speak with you, though I'm guessing just getting back to town you'd like to rest and relax a bit after your long journey.
Yeah, we'll probably go back to the inn for the night and relax a bit, and then we'll speak to the mayor tomorrow if that's not too much of an issue.
Of course. Which inn will you be staying at?
The one we were staying at before, I don't remember the name, is over there.
Ah, the Maplewood. Yes, a fine establishment. I am actually pretty good friends with Vernie Hoppeltoe, but tell him I said hi if you go that way.
Sure.
Alright, so what is the group doing now? Or the three of you, since... let me switch over to Mia for a sec. So you went to the leather worker. There is a tanner in town for sure. He has a bunch of skins hanging up. His shop smells terrible with all the chemicals he uses for tanning. As you enter, the older-looking bald man says, "Oh, you're a big one, aren't you?" He says, "Are you?"
Yeah, pretty big.
Are you? You're with the Heroes of Chaur, aren't you? I would guess.
Yes, I am.
Good guess on my part. So what can I do for you, ma'am?
I just pick up the hide and plop it down on the counter. And like,
The
I
wyvern hide?
want this. Yeah, I want this to be a saddle
Says, of course I
for a
can.
wyvern.
You say for a wyvern. He says, oh, would that be the same as a horse saddle? I've never. What's a wyvern, ma'am?
It's a dragon. Like
Oh,
a dragon. Dragon.
would that work the same as a horse, or I've never made a wyvern saddle before.
Just make it bigger than a horse because it's a dragon.
Do you have the how big is this wyvern now? When you say it's a dragon.
I grab the egg and I hold it in front of me. I'm like, well, right now it's about this big.
Oh gods! As you pull this huge egg out of a bag. So I guess you would probably try to explain to him what the wyvern's size would be at full size, right?
Yeah.
You can probably use intelligence for that. I'll let you make a nature check. Alright, so you're like, yeah, it's like this and this and this, and he's listening, like, kind of. There's a big tail and
Big,
a claw,
and
and
it's
it's got a
and
thing.
wing.
There's a
Bigger than a
thing,
horse,
and
not as big as an elephant.
yeah, well, it's like not as wide
Like,
and flies, and
then it does this and
he looks at you confused, and he says, I suppose I can try to make something like what you described. It'll probably take me at least a week, though.
that's fine. Can you do it in like 3 days?
Well, it's not a full skin towel. It's not like she just has like the full skin of the thing. But he says, I mean, it's probably gonna take me at least 7 days.
I mean, if that's how long it's gonna take, if that's how little you see yourself, being able to do.
He says,
That's
hey,
fine.
it's not about how little. This is a very precise order you're giving me to make here.
You never made saddles before? Saddles.
He looks at you strangely and says, "Yeah, I mean, saddles take a while to make, ma'am. This isn't just something that you make easily. It's especially something this big. But I can certainly try to do it quicker."
Okay, because I mean, from what I hear, there's like dragons or something on the way. So like, the sooner you can get this done, the better.
Wait, there are dragons on the way. What do you mean?
No, it's no problem. Like, we'll take care of it. But like, You know, I
His,
just
his
figured.
eyes just like widen now. Give me a deception check.
Oh no.
Wait,
Is it a deception
if she
if she
actually
honestly
believes
believes it?
Yeah, I
Does-
honestly think there are dragons coming.
Why would she
A
think there are
negative-
dragons coming?
Negative
That's
intelligence check?
what they
Question mark.
said.
Because she heard people talking
I
about it
heard
after
people
the
saying, "Oh
fucking
my god,
tree
there's
was
fucking
people.
dragons coming!"
Sure. Give me a persuasion check.
It's not any better, but okay. Oh,
So he seems very nervous now. He yells in the back, Mary! Mary, there might be dragons coming! Dragons? What?
dude, chill. Do you know what this is? This is a dragon skin, okay? Do you know what this is? This is a dragon egg. Clearly, I can protect you
He says,
from the dragon.
I'm gonna go find out more about this dragon. We can talk later about making a
No,
saddle.
don't go,
And
don't go.
he hangs up
No, get the saddle.
he hangs up the out for lunch sign. He's like,
Come
Mary! Mary, we gotta look into these dragons. What's going on? I don't know. You said the dragons are coming. Oh, Jesus.
Well, if he's gonna head out, I'm just gonna look around and see if,
So-
what there is there.
So, he says, I'll be back in a little while, and we can talk. I just want to make sure it's going to be safe for me to even be here. So he
I mean,
heads
you're
out.
safe. Who safe are you with? Well, fuck it. What does he have around here?
I mean, he does have some horse saddles. He has leather armor. He has, like, quivers, various sacks, lots of different things that you would make leather into. But obviously nothing too valuable out here. It seems like he just makes leather things for the town in general. Do you want to just wait for him to get back?
I mean, I guess I'm just gonna look around and poke at stuff and wait and just be
Alright.
irritated.
So the party is probably heading back. You would find Nalo and Riven just sort of... I assume at this point they had stopped fighting and might just be hanging out here.
Yeah, I was planning to take Riven and go visit the Cubs, but if the parties was like that quick, you'd probably see them and join back up with them.
Alright, so if you wanted to go look at... Well, I mean, the party wouldn't take too long at the barracks. It would just be, a little while to get the ears counted, then they headed back over. If you look for the Cubs, where would you look for them?
Wherever Shock is, I'm sure Shock would know, so we'd probably go down to the inn.
Alright, and
Would
Mia...
we,
Go ahead.
would we see Mia passing her, or is she in the shop?
I mean, it's kind of like an outdoor market stall area, so you'd probably see her standing there, like maybe a little bit annoyed looking.
Hey, why are you annoyed, Mia?
Well, because the fucker ran off to go, I don't know, dragon watch. I don't know what I told him if a dragon comes, I'd kill the dragon, but he didn't listen. Some bitch named Mary. Like, I don't even know. I just wanna saddle.
Where'd he go? Let's go find him and tell him
He went that way. He said he'll come back, but like now I'm just stuck here waiting. I looked at this shit. I don't know how to make a saddle. I'm just sitting here with my egg.
So, did he seem like he could make a saddle for a wyvern?
You want me to be honest? I think the man's a dumbass, but
So Mia, I mean, yeah, you don't know if a regular leather worker is someone you might want to trust to make a wyvern saddle. You imagine it would probably have to be a specialized thing, because, you have to ride it as the thing's flying, so it would act a little bit different from a normal saddle.
at this point, I'm just waiting to see if he maybe knows anybody better than him. We can track that person down.
Do you know how fast a wyvern grows?
Yeah, wait. I looked it up. So can I know or can I not know?
Where would you look it up?
On D&D Beyond, is that?
Oh, well, I mean, you might know, but Mia, the character, probably wouldn't know.
Okay.
Because she already rolled a 1 on that check.
Pretty fast, I'm thinking.
to
Well, maybe we should wait for it to grow up first, and then have the saddle made.
Yeah, that makes sense.
you can just
Maybe
measure it.
don't get a saddle made for something that is still in an egg.
Anyway,
He is dumb because he thinks dragons are coming, idiot.
right?
Although,
Wait,
maybe
dragons are coming? There aren't
No.
dragons coming?
No, there's not dragons. Some person shouted it and everyone believed it. It's really stupid at the time.
What a dumbass. Who does
I
that?
know.
That's like
I
shouting.
know.
Yeah,
I know.
whatever.
although one thing I do trust, like a normal hide person to do, is just to cure the hide that we have, because right now it's sort of like
Oh yeah, no, they
still
can
fresh.
make it into leather. Yeah.
Yeah, so we might want to make like wyvern leather. We can maybe pay him a little bit, or maybe
I
he'll
mean,
do it
I don't
for
know
free.
about paying him. He should probably do it for free, but yeah, I mean, whenever his ass gets back here.
Yeah.
So you know that certain skins might be. I mean, you can make it into I think normal leather, but there might be ways to treat it to make it stronger because it's wyvern skin. Though again, that would probably be a more specialized leather worker. You don't think some guy in like a town would just know how to do it because he probably has never worked with wyvern leather in his life.
I think this guy doesn't know what he's doing. He asked me if it was the size of a horse.
Yeah, no, he's dumb. Let's go get a drink.
I'm down. I'm down.
All right, so Mia rejoins the party, and you're heading to the Maplewood.
I'm following everybody else.
All right, so at this point, you see. Well, first of all, it's probably about 10 o'clock, or no, 9 o'clock, I'll say, in the morning with all the walking around and doing things. You would see there are a couple of people who you recognize near the stable of the Maplewood. They would immediately shout at you, the heroes, they've returned! And you see inside the stall, or you'd probably hear inside the stable a couple of like growls, like sounds like the bears.
Let's go! I'm gonna run in.
Yeah, so you see in one of the stalls inside the stable, the bears are there. Looks like they're chewing on some steak. Who was it that trained them?
It was me, or I didn't train them, but I sort of.
Who
I'm,
was
like,
making
friendly.
the animal handling checks with them? Or
That
was
is me.
All right, so
I-
you
Oh,
have.
with them? Oh, yeah, with them, yeah.
All right, so they definitely recognize you. They seem happy to see you. One of the guys says, "Yeah, they didn't really like it when we brought them back here. They've been kind of pissed off, but this is the happiest we've seen them." As they kind of nuzzle against you. Ooh.
Oh my god, it's fluffy.
I'll just growl back at them. Rawr, 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 rawr.
Aw, that's so cute. Sorry.
All right, so you and the bear cubs are growling and cuddling a bit. Give me another animal handling. Oh, you did already, 15. All right. So yeah, they're definitely happy to see you. Maybe you feed them a bit, grow their trust in you a bit. What about the rest of the group while he's doing this? What are you all doing?
Clearly, I am trying to pet the bears.
All right.
Let's get somewhere private where we can strategize for those of you that want to partake in that.
All right.
Bears.
I'll come
What are we
along.
strategizing?
You guys just tell me who we're killing. Somebody bring me a beer, and I'm going to pet the bears.
All right. So yeah, you go into the Maplewood. Vernie is happy to see you again. He says welcome back. He would, ask about what happened, and I assume you're just gonna. Are you gonna tell him that there are dragons coming, or are you telling him that
Oh my
the
god,
town is safe?
there are dragons coming. There are 20 dragons coming. That's going to burn the entire place to the ground.
No.
Fine.
Are you
Fine.
Are you
Don't
actually?
worry about the fairy, he's got Tourette's.
Okay, wait. Make Riven roll a persuasion check. Make him roll a
All
persuasion
right,
check.
dueling persuasion checks, Riven. You're at
Oh, Lord.
disadvantage because everyone keeps saying that you're lying. Go ahead, Nalo. Give me a persuasion check, and Nalo.
He's lying. He's a liar.
All right. So yeah, Vernie would seem a little concerned at first, but then you kind of like, no, he's insane. Don't listen to him.
Don't trust them. They're all being brainwashed. They're all doing what the dragon
It's
says.
a conspiracy. Visit the website. I'll give you my webpage. Read about it. Don't be a sheeple. No. All right. So yeah, he calms down a bit when you all like tell him what actually happened to some extent. He nods and says, "Well, it's good to hear. Yeah, that you all are okay, and I'm glad that the Iron Tide have somewhat been taken care of. You say you're going to head back at some point and deal with them."
Yeah, that's the plan.
Says, all right, well, the tavern is a bit empty, but you're welcome to go sit down and have a drink. I imagine you're all tired. And I imagine it's not going to be empty for long because you're all here.
A dragon's coming! That's why it won't be empty.
He just looks at you with
Fuck's
concern.
sake.
I'm gonna holler across the tavern. Where's that beer?
All right, so you all go back to the tavern.
Give her a beer outside, hugging the bears as well, please.
Yeah, so you can. You don't have to worry about paying for your food or drinks. That's part of your daily upkeep in town. But yeah, you can take a seat, maybe get some food and a beer, unless you want to. Well, yeah, that would be part of your upkeep. So I'll just charge you at the end of the day. Yeah, go ahead.
I would like to ask about the one of the rooms they have, one of the private rooms. I know it costs money. Is it like a gold piece?
So that would be part of the, because I started doing upkeeps instead of like charging for rooms and food. So if you want to, what were those prices? Let me just grab those really quick. There's a chart with them. I might actually have that. Oh, wait, this might be it. Alright, so there are different ways you can live. Like, it starts at wretched and goes up to aristocratic, and it's price per day. So, modest is 1 gold piece a day. Comfortable is 2 gold pieces. Wealthy is 4, and aristocratic is 10. In this town, you could probably only go up to comfortable, because the inn doesn't really have, like, the extravagance of a big city.
Is there any changes other than name and roleplay?
What do you mean changes?
Like, is there any effect of sleeping in a better room?
So if you so if you record that you're doing a comfortable lifestyle for a certain number of days, you would probably you would have like advantage to certain social checks and possibly like more opportunities socially within the town. Modest gives you nothing, and if you go below modest, like the poor and squalid, you start to risk theft and kind of the opposite,
Exhaustion.
where people, well, more not necessarily exhaustion, but
You're
people
wretched.
will, people will not necessarily look on you as well, and you have disadvantage to social checks if you're living in the streets. So it's mechanically speaking, there is benefit to living better, as well as the
Too
RP.
comfortable. Too comfortably, especially if you want to suck up to that guy in the mansion.
Yeah, like if you're living comfortably a bunch, then the nobility in a town will probably notice you, especially if you're wealthy or aristocratic living.
Alright, well, let's get some of the best rooms then.
Alright. So usually I just do the upkeep at the end of the day. So I'll ask you at the end of the day, if you're staying in town, how you wanted to live that day. But all right, so you're talking at the inn. I'll say go ahead, pay 2 gold pieces for the day if you want to do wealthy. So if you minus 2 gold pieces, the bartender would also give you access to one of their private areas in the back, which has like a table where they can bring you food.
Alright. I'll be a part of it.
Make sure her outside gets some food and booze as well, otherwise you'll have something worse than a dragon coming knocking at your door.
Wait, who gets food? The bears?
Mia. No,
Oh,
Mia
Mia.
with the bears, because she's making fuss, because if you don't, she will knock your door down and you wish for a dragon.
I thought it was Nalo with the bears.
I stay.
I was there for a bit, but then I left.
Oh, so Mia stayed? Okay, so
I
Mia's...
stay with the bears, and I requested beer, which
Make
still
sure she
has
gets a
yet to
lot.
come to me.
Catching it!
So yeah, the group definitely, as you start to hang out in the tavern, get some food, more people begin to show up, kind of asking more about the happenings. Nalo, are you gonna engage them again with persuasion,
Um,
or scurry, or any of you?
yes, I will try to calm them with persuasion.
Okay, so Nalo starts kind of talking to the people. Are you gonna basically like kind of embellish your story of what happened, or?
Well, I'm just going to say that, like, oh, that's not true at all.
You're
Everything is
gonna
perfectly fine, and you guys
put
are
down
safe here.
put down the rumors of the imminent dragon attack that people are talking about now.
Oh,
Yes, and all future dragon attacks.
There's
I'll
no
say
dragon
that
attacks.
dragons don't come out this far. They have no reason to.
Okay. So yeah, you're kind of calming the people, telling them a little bit about what the party did, right?
Yeah.
All right. So what about the rest of you? You said you wanted to get a room and talk about what's going on.
Yes.
All right. Well, like I said, he would offer you a private room in the back where you can eat and discuss things. So I assume after a bit you would all retreat to there to get away from these people and have a discussion.
Correct.
Yeah. All right. So you go into this back room. There's, like I said, a table. There's a lady who is there to take your order, and she has a direct little door that goes right to the kitchen, so she doesn't have to go out back through the bar. You would all be brought food, sit down to drink. What do you want to do?
All right, let's talk strategy.
Oh, is Mia here as well, or did she stay out?
No, she's still outside, but we'll talk a bit without her.
All right.
It'll be better if you just tell her what to kill.
Yeah, just tell me what to do.
All right.
I'm with the bears,
You're with the bears.
establishing a familiar connection. Also,
Right.
wanting beer.
All right. So yeah, what do you want to do?
All right, so we got two pieces that we need to get somehow. One from Blackwater, the other from the Bloodhound. Blackwater is by far going to be the hardest from what it's looking like. I'm pretty sure that even if we wanted to, we can just go to the Bloodhound, turn it into a bloodbath, and take it all. And since they're very, a criminal organization, worst case scenario, we pin the whole Iron Tide thing on them. Nobody will look up twice. The issue is Blackwater. What are we doing about that?
Well, if you're going to use the thieving guild, couldn't you just go there, kill all them, take stuff, then go in there, kill Blackwaters, and then frame them that they killed each other?
Well, that seems difficult. Killing both of them. I mean, we're pretty able-bodied, but they also have their own fair share.
Alright, now, they're called the Bloodhound. Does that mean that whenever they kill somebody, they leave behind like a fucking bloody hand or something?
Does anyone have any criminal background? Because I
do.
I think I talked about them a little in the beginning. The Bloodhound are a mafia organization that has different cells kind of operating throughout the empire. The different cells don't necessarily always talk to each other, but it is rumored there's like a main cell somewhere that kind of organizes and perpetuates everything. They are known to be fairly trustworthy when they give you their word on something. Like, they usually honor contracts and don't turn on the people who support them. And they often deal in illegal things like gambling, prostitution, things like selling of black market items. So
They
they
sound
can
lovely.
steal things from people for you. But yeah, generally trustworthy if you are a fellow thief. They don't usually turn on their own.
So how about, like, when they do kill someone?
The blood hand is just that's just their name. It doesn't really, like, they don't leave a blood handprint or anything.
But would it be reasonably assumed by authorities that, let's say, Blackwater ends up dead in his sleep somehow with a bloody handprint, that they might be involved in that?
Maybe if the townsfolk are
So-
dumb, but
They believed in a dragon coming to attack them. They're dumb.
You're not. I don't know if you spoke to the governor about the Bloodhand or the mayor or what her opinion of them was, but it's possible they could be framed for it. You don't know if a bloody handprint would be enough. Something like that would probably be set up with probably survival, trying to set up a crime scene.
Could we ask the
Crime scene, you say?
Could we ask the captain of the guard or mayor if they know if any crimes have been committed that would hint about the bloody hand have done it and like what they know, so then we know how to frame it properly.
It's also gonna make us first suspect when the Blackwater ends up dead with
No,
blood
'cause you don't.
hands.
You just don't turn around and say. You just say like, "Has the blood hand been about in the city?" And if they say yes, you say, "How do you know?" And then you just do the thing they say.
but also the Bloodhand aren't really like petty criminals. They sort of have a bigger agenda. So it's
Well, we
I-
know. I mean, I remember we were kind of, we were a bit curious as to why they were here when we first got here. Zach says, but it makes more sense now that we know Blackwater brought them in. So I'm guessing they're only here because they want those pieces.
You know what's interesting is if Blackwater betrayed the orcs, then what side is Sithril on? Like, is she a friend of
Third
Blackwater?
party.
Third
Pretty
party.
sure.
Yeah, we don't really know. From what Orcard said, if I remember right, he said that sort of everyone was betrayed by Blackwater. So I'm assuming if what he said is true, then they're against Blackwater as well. Or at least not happy with him.
So we could use the blood hand to get into Blackwater's pockets then.
Do we trust what Orcard told us, or do you think he was lying?
It's possible he gave a recount that made him seem best, but I don't doubt that there was fault on Blackwater's party.
Yeah, we heard the same story from several hobgoblins, independent of each other.
Yeah,
How
but-
about this? I'll go have a chat with the Bloodhand lady, since we've got a little bit of history, and see how she feels about Blackwater and all that.
You have history with her?
I've talked with her twice, 3 times.
Oh.
2 times
That's
alone
cool.
at the party.
Well, that would
Yeah.
be. That's what Zaqueen said, or Zach. She was curious.
Have you just talked, or have you done more?
Well,
Skirt
I'll
would
leave that
like
to your
do more. No, I'm
fantasies.
joking.
It's not a fantasy if it's reality.
Like the dragon attacks, Zaqueen says.
Yes, exactly. It was so fancy, so everyone believed it, and then it's real.
She shakes
See?
her head.
So fun. Brought some excitement into their dreary little lives.
I
They'll
wonder
tell
if it's
this-
possible. It doesn't sound the greatest, but I think there might be a possible reality where we get them to agree on sharing the pieces somehow. Since I'm sure whatever Blackwater thought he would get out of betraying Orcard, he hasn't gotten it yet. So I'm sure he regrets just not taking the easy road and splitting the loot.
Well, it could have been also some sort of misunderstanding, Zach says. We don't know. I'm curious
is
as to
true.
what actually happened between them. I bet you that all 3 of them have a different story, or would lie to us about it if it was made them seem more favorable.
But if we heard all 3 stories and then just kind of pick the bits that kind of overlap, then we'll kind of get as close to the truth as we're going to get.
Maybe. Or we just stick to the plan and decimate the other 2. Does it really matter who betrayed who?
Yeah, the story doesn't really matter. And also, by that same note, we could also just come
mean,
up with an agreement, regardless of the past. Just say,
at this
obviously
point,
we hate each other.
yeah, and at this point, are we gonna turn on the Iron Tide, or are we gonna, work with them
No,
regardless?
I don't think we turn on them.
No, and I definitely not gonna work with Blackwater.
But we could potentially work with Cithril, depending on what's going on there.
Do you think she would? Well, that's an interesting idea. Yeah, because maybe she would be into the idea of working with the Iron Tide still. Although that's another split of the treasure if we try to bring them in on it.
Yeah. Splitting treasure sounds bad, but also our safety is important and can't bite off too much.
Plus,
Much more
being a
like you
criminal
do.
organization, they might be able to cover it up a little bit if we end up taking out Blackwater.
Yeah,
Well,
both.
who's
Go ahead.
who's the one that's we're going to get more benefit from partnering with, and then work it that way? As opposed, go with who's got the most benefits, and then decide who we want to share it with.
Well, Blackwater's family is one of the richest families in the Empire.
But he's betrayed everybody he's ever made a deal with, so he's less likely to honor the deal, so he's more likely to stab us in the back.
If we believe what Orcard told us, as Aquian says.
Which I'm more inclined to believe than Blackwater. I mean,
And, Scurry, that the Blood Hand have a lot of contacts, so that would be one of the advantages of them. They have a lot of different ways to access talent, and often pay well for skill.
I definitely agree that we should see if we can work together with the Bloodhand on this, while dealing with Blackwater in a different manner.
The Blackwater's
You know-
out for being friends with.
Agreed.
The Blood Hand doesn't really know very much. We could just go talk to them and say, hey, fess up. Like, what do you know? And then decide from there.
I think we should go talk to them regardless. The question is, are we gonna talk to them as a party? Am I gonna talk to them alone? What do you want to do there?
Do you think it would be worse if we all turn up, or do you think you'd be better if all of us went with you? On what you'll get from us.
It depends if you're gonna spit some bullshit about dragons or
I'm not
not.
going to say anything about dragons. Alright, fairies honor, I promise, no dragons.
So he says, as Aquian says.
Fairies can't lie. We can embellish.
Well,
You
clearly
literally-
that's been disproven
You
multiple times
literally
today.
lied multiple times today,
No, I
Fairy.
didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't lie. Because if there were wyverns, there could be dragons. I don't know there's not dragons. There could be. There's nothing saying there's not.
So Aquian just shakes her head at you.
Alright, well, let's go and talk to the elf lady.
Oh, welcome back, Zach. Sorry, I missed that you
Though-
came back.
If possible, I'd prefer it if we could do so without anybody finding out we're going to talk to them.
We should probably
I'd
should
rather
go as a
not
full
tip off
party.
Blackwater.
Why
I
don't just
can-
Scurry and Zaquan go? They're both sort of Cithril's type, so to speak.
Well,
Loot Fairy has invisibility spell as well, right?
Cast invisibility on me and one other person. But that is literally all the best I can do.
so as you're sitting there talking, there is a knock at the door.
Who's that?
Heroes of Chaur! Haha, it's me. It's Shock and Melody. Mel is here with me.
Oh,
Can I come in?
yes, of course.
Sure thing.
So you unlock the door, and the two of them come in. There's some greetings and some hugs around the table. He says, it's so good to have you back, and you saved all those people. He says, I was sad I couldn't join you in the heart of the battle.
That's alright. I'm sure it was fine at the end.
He says, there's quite a crowd out there. You all have drawn a lot of attention. Ever since you've been back there, the whole town's been in an uproar with rumors of saving the town from attack and dragons coming to attack, apparently.
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
wave
it's
at
the,
that
the
point
new
when they say,
ferry with the
"Hi,
rats.
He says,
I
but
don't have Tourette's."
it's why did I'm trying to remember story wise. Why did Shock not originally come with you to the encampment?
Because he went to go clear out some more. He just went and fought more hobgoblins himself with his crew.
Yeah,
Because he
that's
stayed for about a day to amass people,
yeah. I
and
think
then he
did
left.
because I remember him start. Didn't he start the journey with you? But you sent him home for some reason.
Yes, and we also told him to like put together a party.
To get some help. Yeah.
Well,
Okay, that's right. So he kind of tells you about his exploits after you had left. He went back to town and actually had a lot of luck chasing some of the Iron Tide bandits out. Not out of town, but out of the area. But yeah, he says a couple of days before the group returned, they all just seemed to have left.
that's good to know.
So everything seems much better off now. I'm not sure what you did. I've heard rumors that you were able to broker a deal with them. That's what everyone's saying.
Yeah, a deal of sorts.
Maybe everyone's now calling you the diplomats of Chaur or something. But it's good to hear that things went well. And I was curious what you are all thinking of doing next.
Well,
Not
we have some business with parties that are involved in this mess in the town, so we can wrap this up, and after that, we're probably gonna take a little expedition out to some old ruins.
It says, what parties are involved in this? Is there someone involved besides the Bloodhand?
Blackwater.
Wait, Blackwater, the one who is trying to hire you, how is he involved?
He's the one that I hired the Iron Tide to come here.
Why would he hire them to attack the city and then hire you to get rid of them?
Well, he didn't
he
hire
didn't-
them to attack the city. He hired them as men in order to help him find the artifact that he was looking for. And after, not agreeing to the expenses that came along with that, they decided that they had to go out on their own, and everything else unfolded.
And that artifact, I'm assuming, is the dagger he wanted you to retrieve.
Correct.
Were you able to retrieve it?
No, it is a part of a 3-piece set. The 2 other pieces we are trying to recover, at which point we will, together with the Iron Tide, go to the ruins and uncover the ancient secrets that are there.
Give me a persuasion check. He seems a little...
Obviously, I trust that you're not going to tell anybody else this.
So he seems a little torn. He says, the Iron Tide are the ones that brought so much death and destruction upon the city. They kidnapped Melody here and almost killed her, and now you're working with them?
We're working to get
Only
rid
out
of
of
them,
necessity. Otherwise, we would have had to kill every last one.
which is something I don't think we would be able to do.
And even if, we'd be standing to lose a lot more than trying to recover an artifact to get him out of there.
So he says, I'm fine keeping your secret. I owe you for saving Melody and for what you've done for the town, but I don't know if you're siding with the right group. As much as I dislike Blackwater, he is an Empire citizen, and I mean, how do we know that he is actually the one that caused the rift and this Iron Tide warlord didn't cause it and is now just using you?
We don't. But we're trying to figure out the truth right now, which is the matter at hand.
Fair
Question:
enough.
With
Yeah, he just sighs and says, fair enough. And Melody would say, I think we should trust their instinct, Shock. As they said, they're looking into the truth, and I think they'll make the right decision. And I, of course, am here to help you however I can as well. I actually wanted to speak to you all about something, but I'll let you finish your meeting first.
All
All
right.
right.
Hey, were you saying something, Riven?
I was just going to ask him if Blackwater often kept his word with bargains or deals that he made, or if he often pulled a fast one and wriggled out of them, or like tried to trick people. If he'd know that.
So Shock says, well, the Blackwater family is mostly within the capital, Tyvanus. Blackwater himself has always, from what I've heard, been sort of an odd duck in the family, a black sheep. He has organized many different archaeological digs. I've never heard from his employees that he's been that he is mistreated them or done anything dishonest. In fact, the opposite. He generally pays very well.
It could have been a disconnect between his clients being hobgoblins this time. Perhaps he's racist, but
Racist.
who knows?
Regardless, we'll figure it out.
And you said there was another group involved in this. Would that be the or the Blood Hand?
Yes, it would be the Blood Hand.
It makes sense why they're here. So maybe they had something to do with the misunderstanding. I wouldn't trust them as far as I could throw them.
That is true. That's what we're about to find out, so we'll have to do that somehow.
Give me another persuasion check up to two of you. I'm guessing Scurry and Nalo, since you two have been talking. Alright. So he kind of has calmed down a bit. He says, I'll leave it up to you. I don't like the idea of working with the Iron Tide, but if you think that's best. They're slavers from the Desert Empire. Those of Nazik, as the empire is called, are often a rougher people. Not always easy to deal with. So I can understand why a misunderstanding may have happened. But I'll be here. I'll try to help you out in any way I can. I do owe you.
That sounds good.
Melody says, I actually was interested in getting a healing shop going in town, but I wanted to ask you all about that because I would need an investment to do so. 100 gold pieces to set one up. I think it could greatly benefit the people of town and maybe give the group more of a name here, as well as bring in some extra money for you over time if this town develops.
That sounds good.
I know it's quite the investment, so I'll let you think it over, but if you have some coin to spare, I would really appreciate the help in getting that started.
Attempt to just have Zach pull out 30 gold right there.
She says,
He's actually been really helpful. I'll drop.
If you have the money now, then of course I take it and get things rolling. I do need 100 gold pieces, though. I've tried to barter for better prices, and that's the best I can do.
What are we spending 100 gold on? I just came back from the bathroom.
He wants to set up a healing shop, basically.
Melody has asked for 100 gold to set up a healing shop in Chaur, which she says
Does
Yeah.
this cover
I say
the?
yeah.
Does this cover the entirety of the cost of the healing shop, or are there other donors
it's
and we're just topping it off?
It's just the only ones I know who would be willing right now with any money are you all. I would pay from my own pocket as well, obviously, for the daily work and the materials I need to heal and make potions, but I just need the 100 to get started.
And then
Sounds
we
good.
would get money back from what you sold, and then maybe get free potions if we needed them as well.
Well, potions, those are a bit pricey to make, but I could offer healing services in town if you were ever here, and I could probably give you a discount on potions if I made them.
Yes, I think it's a great deal as long as you tell
I
people
say
that it was by the grace of the heroes of Char, so that they trust us more.
Oh, of course, I could spread the word when people came in and I was helping them.
And that would be great. I say we
Are
say
you
we
all
pay up.
settled on that name, the Heroes of Char?
We're really not, but we haven't figured anything else out yet.
She nods and says, well, for now I can let them know it was you. If you have the gold now, but if you don't, that's perfectly fine. You can come to me later and give it to me.
I can drop. Well, let's figure it out right now. I can drop 15,
I'm gonna
15
go
gold
20.
pieces.
Alright, so I got
I'll drop 20 as well.
20. Zach, you said 30?
Minimum.
Alright, so Zach says she can give 30, so that's 50. Can anyone else drop some money on it?
Wait, we're at 70, right?
So you did another. If you do another 20, that would be 70. So then I just need 30 more.
Alright. I guess we'll pull the last 30 out of the party treasury.
All right, so you pay the last 30 from the party treasury, and she would thank you profusely. She would say, "This is going to help the people so much, and I can make a lasting effect here. I can't express how happy I am about this. Thank you all."
Maybe we could
I
make some
have-
potions out of the herbs that we found.
Yes, if you have rare herbs, I can make those into healing potions for you at a discount once I get the shop set up. So if you save those and bring them to me, I can make you potions. Zach, what was your request?
I do believe Carter might be looking for work if you need somebody to work for you.
I could always use some help. Maybe I could teach him a little bit about medicine. I will for sure do that. But I'm going to go get things started on this. It'll probably be a few days before the healing shop is up and running.
Of course, take your time.
Yes, thank you all again. And Shock smiles and says, I told you they'd help you out. These are a good bunch here. So she's going to leave to do that. What do the rest of you want to do?
Well, I want to go talk to the Bloodhound for sure. Do we just cast invisibility and take most
you
of the
want.
people here over there?
I could only take me and somebody else in invisible.
Who wants to come? Because I can sneak in, that's not a problem. I don't need the invisibility per se.
Well, I've got to come because I'm casting the spell.
Now we'll tell Zach, Mia. Well, Mia's not here.
No.
Which one of you wants to come talk to the Bloodhound?
No, I'd be down to come.
Everyone else okay with that?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, well, I
I
guess
don't
the
know
three of us are
anything.
going then.
No.
All right.
Nobody's told me shit.
I think, Mia is still out playing with the bears in the stall, giving them scritches and cuddles and such. So, who did we say is going to speak with the Blood Hand?
Me, Riven, and Nello.
Alright, so Scurry, Riven, and Nalo.
And
You-
I'm casting invisibility on me and Nalo.
Are you casting that now?
Just before we leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
So using the secrecy of this room, you do some chanting, summoning magical energies, and you cast it at level 3, right? Yeah.
It's the only way I can do 2 of us.
Yeah, so you begin concentrating as you and Nalo vanish. And then you head
And I
out.
will roll a stealth check to get there stealthily.
Oh, you're going to try to move through town quietly?
Yeah, just that way we don't get seen going to the Bloodhound.
Okay, sure. So maybe you just don't take the road directly, and you kind of come up this way around the back of the houses. But you come to the house, you would notice on the roof there are a couple of guards with crossbows keeping an eye out. What's your passive perception?
13.
Okay. So yeah, they're pretty well hidden up there. They're not blatantly obvious. They do notice you coming and keep an eye on you as you approach, though no, not pointing their crossbows or anything. You get to the door, and I assume you knock on it, right?
Yep.
Alright, so the hatch opens up, and the kind of face partially looks out and says, what do you want?
To talk to your boss. It's been a while since I talked to the elf lady. She'll want to see me.
You're those heroes, the heroes of Chaur, right?
Sounds about right.
Hey, is there really a dragon coming?
Nah.
Who's that? Who's that? Who's out there with you? I assume you didn't
As
actually
two
say
of
anything.
my friends are invisible, they're not as adept at sneaking, so I figured they
Alright.
come along silently.
Oh, Riven, can you drop the invisibility now?
I was going to drop it when we go inside so that people don't see us.
Oh, true.
One moment. Let me see what the boss says. So he closes the latch. A couple of minutes pass, and he comes back, and he says, "She's not here right now, but Neil's here. If you want to talk to him, he can let her know."
Sure, why not?
All right. So he opens the door and looks out and says, "You invisible people, show yourself."
Only when we're inside.
Oh, gee, fine. Get inside then. Alright, so
Straight
he
inside, then.
waits a moment, kind of listens for the footsteps, and then closes the door.
And then I drop invisible.
Alright. So yeah, you see, as last time, a room full of cloaked figures who seem a little bit nervous as you enter. They are all very well armed, some more obviously than others, many carrying concealed weapons. He leads you towards the back office, where Neil is there. Looks like he is doing some push-ups. Says, it's the heroes. They've returned triumphantly, saving all us poor folk from those orcs and hobgoblins. How are you all doing?
Doing alright. Wondering, how much do you know about the whole thing with the Iron Tide, Blackwater, and the Bloodhound?
Quite a debacle.
Says, I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about. Were you able to get the dagger?
No.
No, but we were able to get some quite interesting information about Blackwater being the one hiring the Iron Tide to come here.
Give me a persuasion check.
Is he still doing push-ups?
No, at this point, he was doing them, but when you said that thing about everyone working together, he sort of stopped and looked up at you.
Oh no, don't stop doing push-ups. Keep going. It's fun to watch.
Are you guys gonna do help? No.
I'm too busy
No,
staring at him, to be
no.
honest. I'm too busy staring.
Riven's about
So-
to roll an intimidation check or something.
He kind of crosses his arms and says, "What exactly have you heard?"
Well,
What we've heard is
from
Blackwater
and
wanting
his...
to. Yeah, you go ahead then.
Well, yeah, so... I suppose it won't really come as a surprise to you that, we've looked into offers from both Blackwater as well as the Bloodhand, well, we tried to work with Blackwater a bit, but we sort of found out that you all used to work together, and that sort of made us cautious about this whole fiasco.
For the
Alright.
record, we never worked with Blackwater, but we had a little chat with Orcard.
And would I have to roll deception for that because I lied where I got the information from?
Where did you say you got it from?
From Blackwater's men or people who know Blackwater.
What, that Blackwater had hired the Iron Tide?
Well, I guess I wasn't deception then.
Yeah, it wasn't really deception. So he kind of considers you all for a moment and says, I'm not saying what you heard is true, but even if it was, what do you hope to gain from that information?
Well, I'm trying to figure out how one would set about acquiring the last two pieces. Obviously, I'm not working together with Blackwater. I don't like the guy. But obviously, you guys are not beyond reason.
He says, no, we're definitely not beyond reason. So, you're saying, though, that you're working with the Iron Tide now.
Well, working with. We've got an agreement that should we be able to procure the other two pieces could be quite profitable for most parties involved.
So the talks to get rid of them were actually talks to join with them. I'm not surprised you didn't tell the city or the town about that little part of the deal.
I mean, work with them. It's more of a get rid of them by helping them achieve their goal of raiding some old ruins that nobody really knows about, aside from, well, you guys in Blackwater, as well as the Iron Tide.
That's interesting. Well, I never really had much of a problem with the Iron Tide. It wasn't good how things turned out, but the one you'd probably have to convince is Cithril over me if you're trying to team up with them. She's not as fond of them. She kind of blames them for things going south. So, is this an offer to work with the Iron Tide and us against Blackwater? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, we wouldn't be opposed to it, but we just want some more information before we dive in blindly. We just want to know exactly what
Also,
happened,
on the
as well as
Iron Tide,
intentions.
yeah.
Wait, you want to know what happened? Is that what you said?
What
Yeah.
happened, but also the intentions behind it, if you could guess.
He says, "Well, from what I know and from what was told to me by Cithril, there was an agreement struck between Blackwater and the two other parties, the Iron Tide and the Bloodhand. We were helping him gather an artifact through the black market, the ring he now possesses, and we were going to go into Issyk once the three artifacts were uncovered, and we would get a split of the vault treasury. But yeah, at some point things went sour, and Orcard, from what I had heard, Orcard turned on Blackwater, and then Blackwater just kind of stopped talking to us. So we didn't really know exactly what has happened, but he sort of broke part of the deal when he stopped working with our group. So we've been here trying to figure out how to recover some money from this. Hopefully getting those three pieces and making our way to Issyk ourselves.
But Orcard was the one who broke the deal first.
That's what I heard.
Broke it how?
I don't know. You'd have to ask Cithril. She didn't really tell me much of the details. I didn't really care, honestly.
When is she due back?
We got some then he kind of stops himself and says, she'll be back. She should be back by the end of the day. I can tell her that you were here.
No, I won't do that.
Yeah, tell her we'd like a chat about the thing we just discussed, and that we'd be quite open to working together once more, together with the Iron Tide, if
She says,
what she says doesn't compromise their legitimacy in the matter.
Yeah, sure. I think she'd be interested in working with you as well. We were making plans on something involving Blackwater, and you might work into those plans nicely.
Oh,
As in,
and
Now that is interesting.
also Neil. Obviously, if you can't do this, it's totally fine. But if you could wait to talk to her about this till we're also here, and then we could talk about it all together, that'd be great.
He flexes his
But,
pecs. Yeah, sure. I'll let her know that you want to talk to her and bring you here before I tell her everything.
Thank you. Much obliged.
Are you two?
so are you?
Go
Sorry,
ahead.
I was gonna say, are you planning on making a deal then with Blackwater, or are you planning on stealing the ring from Blackwater that's going to include us?
Well, I'm not gonna say just yet because I don't know what your part is gonna be to play in all this. But if you're friendly, then I'm sure we can all work together to something mutually beneficial.
Well, if it means seeing you again with those muscles, I will definitely be friendly.
He says, "How
All
old?
right.
How old are you?"
Older than I might look, but not as old as you'd think.
Not sure how I feel about this. All right, I'll see you all later. And actually, we should
Sounds
probably end here because I just realized we're a little bit over. So why don't we do MVP votes and wrap for the evening? And
Oh man, but I came up with names for the bears.
yeah,
Okay,
wait
we'll run back really
quick.
quick.
we can,
Okay.
yeah. I'll say you head back, but yeah, you can talk about the bear names in chat. And yeah, this was unfortunately, I think Zach, this was your last game, right?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm sad to
Oh.
see you go, but yeah, hopefully in the future, maybe we can have you join again at some point.
Does Equine become an NPC that just takes care of the bears?
Yeah, she'll probably be in the background with the bears and what's his name, the kid.
I was right.
Kid.
She's the dragon that attacks the city. There you go. Not
Exactly.
lying.
Oh my gosh.
All right,
She drinks the fire-breathing potion and burns everything to the ground.
it could happen.
Oh my gosh.
All right, I got one vote from Scurry.
Oh,
Oh, but I
right.
can't do this thing.
Uh,
From
Fuck
Scurry or
that,
for
right?
Scurry? Because I don't think I've voted yet.
oh,
Oof.
so that's the command again, just
I
without
can never
the
remember how to. Yeah, but every time I try, it fails really badly. Okay.
no
so-
parentheses, no parentheses.
No spaces or anything, right? Okay.
No
fingers
parenthesis.
Who am
Yeah.
I picking?
Basically, yeah, like what Tal said.
crossed.
no.
4 votes.
Oh shit.
I just need two more.
Why?
No, probably not. Again,
What?
I'm just facing it. I'm never gonna get
Alright.
over it. I'm just gonna.
No, there are spaces. There is a slash. There's just no parentheses.
Oh well, I don't care.
All right, so you voted for Nalo.
Yep.
And now I think I just need one more. Mia, I think I just need you, right?
It keeps saying unrecognized command / GM and then the person's name.
It's slash W space GM.
/ W space.
GM, then space, and the name of the person.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. So Scurry with 3 votes, you are the MVP. Congrats. Get your
Thank you. Appreciate
inspiration
it.
point.
I'm gonna need that on stealth while I murder Blackwater in his sleep next week.
Woohoo.
I feel like if I was Blackwater, I would not keep the ring anywhere near me. I'd fucking hide it under a floorboard or something.
Could be.
I don't know if he's betrayed anyone, so he might be worth going to have a conversation with.
I think the group's against you on that one.
I don't know if
I
he's
shall go on.
worthy of death, but
He's worth having a conversation with to see if we can just do it anyway.
I actually low-key feel like he might be racist towards hobgoblins. Like just because he accepts other races doesn't mean that he doesn't hate hobgoblins for some strange reason.
I completely agree. Like he could completely hate them, but until like I just think he's worth
You
having.
just think he's
I've never
racist.
met the bloke, so I'd like to meet the bloke we're going to kill.
So
Secondly,
you
I'd
think
like-
him hiring them was just him baiting them in so we could kill them?
Because he's a racist.
maybe he didn't know they were hobgoblins, and then he found out, and then he was just like, "Oh god, nothing mind."
Or maybe he just didn't realize he had this like deep ingrained racism until it dawned on him.
Maybe they
Feel like
didn't
goes
really
that racist
badly
angle.
met them. Maybe they were rude.
Christ, you guys.
Maybe they were rude, and that's why he hates them because they did something that offended him. I don't know. I want to go meet him and have a conversation before we kill him.
Maybe he had a wife and his wife accidentally was like caught
Maybe-
cheating with a hobgoblin and he just went berserk, dude.
He had a servant that was a hobgoblin who had an affair with his
Made
wife, and then
really
he
elaborate situations to kill hobgoblins.
and then he
Spent like thousands of gold to hire. Like,
maybe
it
he's a hobgoblin who turned him down.
was a very intricate backstory on him.
I just want to go have a conversation and see if he's see if we can get the ring without killing him, and then just kill him afterwards. 'Cause it's,
What the fuck is the point of getting it without killing him then?
because it's more fun to get the ring and then kill him later on when we're bored,
I like that.
and then just say, "This
Become
is
like
good."
such an evil party.
There's a lot of suggestions flying around right now.
If he's racist to hobgoblins, we're not evil. We're protecting diversity.
Anyway, I just took some notes, but yeah, I hope everyone had fun, and I'll see
Where do
you.
I put these notes at?
You put them in the Discord. So you see, like, there's announcements, main chat, attendance, roleplay, and then journal. So in journal, you
Oh
just
God.
put them in there. If you need to take multiple places, you just take multiple things.
I hope none of you read that.
That's fine. Like I said, it doesn't have to be pretty.
Pretty good. I like it. It's
Oh, the names are in there, by the way.
Hugs
The
and
bear
kisses.
names
Pork
are
and
hugs
beans.
and kisses, pork and beans. What do
so
I
did you name the bears without knowing if they had a name or not? Because they don't have a name, but that's great.
Well, because nobody had assigned them a name in the game. I hadn't heard of a name. I just
Well-
went ahead and decided I needed to call them something while we were snuggling. So
And if Tal and Scurry get a chance, copy paste your notes in at some point. Just so if someone comes in, like for the new spot, they can read to know what the group's been doing.
Also, way back March 1st, that week, the placeholder, I totally forgot I had a placeholder. I forget what even happened.
you're naughty.
No, well, I actually, I remember that I put that in after coming back from the previous one. This was the placeholder for the so it's placeholder for last week for the February 27th, but I wasn't assigned then. The person who was assigned actually didn't attend the thing, so it was weird.
Well,
like
it's far back enough that newer players wouldn't have to know much about that anyway.
okay.
In general, it's good to have the sessions recorded, but we also have the video. So just if you guys could, and when you
I could go back to the video.
Yeah, you could go back to the video, and when you put the notes in, you do get an inspiration point for doing scribe. So you can, like Mia right now, you can give yourself an inspiration point.
How do I do that again?
It's just one of your resources.
I write it down.
So wherever you're keeping
I've
track of
got
them.
2 now, right?
Yeah, if you had one, you'd have two now.
Whoa.
Same thing for Scurry and Tau. When you put yours in, you can give yourself an inspiration.
Epic.
All right, I'm gonna take
Yeah.
off. I'll see you all next time.
Bye. Wait, what are we naming them?